thank y'all for tuning in to the AntiSocialites show.
Welcome back.
This is Self-Care Sundays. This is the edition we doing, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Your host, Jay Hick.
What's
Boy
up, everybody?
Pierre. Tobacco Ryan.
Ooh.
And we got Alade. What would you like to go by?
You can call me Kunle Day.
Kunle Day.
New name, man. Make sure y'all
We
get
out
it right.
here, man.
Yeah, there you go.
So, guys, tell them a little bit about yourself. You can talk to the camera, talk to us, whatever makes
whatever
you
you
comfortable.
I go by Tobacco Ryan. I'm a multi-talented independent artist. I make hip hop and R&B music. I specialize in like music, but I also do modeling. I'm into fashion. I also into film. I do editing. I edit my own videos. Been making music. I've been recording since 9, but I've been taking music seriously and doing it at a professional levels for about 2 years now. So I'm still like a rookie, but I'm still doing all the necessary things that a rookie should do starting off. So yeah, and y'all gonna see a lot from me in the upcoming years. Sheesh.
Yeah, things loading up. All right, so my name is Kunle Day, 1/3 of Yatu with Love. I'm an artist and cinematographer based in Houston, Texas. And yeah, we've been just doing our thing, taking it day by day, learning day by day, and just take pride and honor with, collaborating with creatives such as these guys here. So yeah, that's me.
All right, bet. All right, so now we know who they are. We want to go ahead and jump into it. Our first topic today is, it's a good question. It's music related. What's more important to you guys, the producer or the artist, being that you are artists?
Be honest, too.
Yeah, that we are artists. Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird because being an artist, a lot of our work depends on our vocals and how we are able to translate with lyrics. So my pushback with that question is, how many albums do you know that are platinum selling that are just instrumentals?
I mean, it's real, but
Yeah, that's real.
that's music though, because it's levels to music. Like the best music has
Yeah.
a combination of everything.
So that answer is pretty much saying that you can have the production, but if you don't have the artist,
I don't
it's
know.
not gonna go that
But
far.
that's the
know,
same
man.
thing though. How many
That's
spoken
my
word
pushback.
albums are platinum? There's levels to both.
That's
you know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true. So
I
I
don't
definitely
think
think
an
it's
artist
both.
blows up without a producer, or because I mean, just like
A good producer.
a good producer, because a new artist and a new producer often ushers in a new
New
thing.
sound,
So
yeah.
you can't really do it without one or the other.
Yeah.
That's why I think the
my
producer
intake on it is it's basically a weird question in this case because there's levels. You have certain levels of producers that are at a high level, and then you have certain levels of artists that are at a high level. Then you have certain levels of producers that are at a low level and certain artists at a low level. So it all depends on what level.
So what
that
about on an
producer is
independent
or that-
level? We could separate the two.
I'm talking about as far as talent.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see that.
So there's people like Pharrell. You can throw an untalented person on a Pharrell beat, and it's gonna.
It'll go.
It can go because
Yeah.
Pharrell has the talent to make that song.
But
hit.
actually,
Possibly.
it also doesn't always go though. I can name a few Pharrell produced songs that
Really?
That
he got
didn't
some
go.
big ones, but he got some because he has a song with Yellow Beezy and it didn't
that's
go.
why I said it's an up and down.
Yeah,
type
it didn't
thing,
go.
But do you think it
because
didn't go because the talent, or because of the marketing behind the talent? Because I don't think the talent.
Well, I mean,
plays a big
anything can
role.
be marketed, right? Not to cut you off, but anything can be marketed, And when we talk about talent, that's also a bit subjective,
Subjective, yeah.
right? So the market kind of dictates what is actually going to be successful. And as an artist, you can't really tell that beforehand. You can feel like your song is special, it could change your life, but it may not be that particular song.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very nuanced question and scenario to ponder.
So how about this then? Do you think, because this happens a lot with artists, right? Or just businesses in general. People will, like, they got a formula, right? Gets to a certain level, the formula, for artists, this will be like you blowing up and you're like, well, fuck it, I'm going to get my whole album by Pharrell versus Lil Jon, who produced the whole album, who produced the shit that got you on. So, like, what about stuff like that? Because sometimes you don't get the same results when you, I guess, throw in those little variables. Do you think, like, the artist should stick with the producer they came up with? Like, for example, that would be like a Mike Will and a Sway Lee. Or do you think, like, you know, as an artist, like, what's your take on that?
As an artist,
Like, what's in a perfect scenario? We talking about a perfect world where you can control the variables. What would be the perfect scenario, like, for something like that?
It all boils down to like growth. Like you have like experiences in life. So some artists experience different things, and as an artist, you started off. You came up with this particular producer. 10 years go by. You evolved as an artist. So even through your experiences, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you've toured all over the world. You've been to Tokyo. And now that you've been to Tokyo, you kind of like the Tokyo culture. And you hear certain things in Tokyo music that you're like, man, that's crazy. Like, I didn't even know that sound existed. So now you want to work with one of like a producer that has that sound. You know what I'm saying? So like, it all boils down to how
should you work with
evolve.
your like, okay, the original producer, should they have their hands in there in some kind of way, or are you basically saying like
I definitely believe
like,
that
should you throw 'em up?
You should not just like be like, all right, we had our run, boom. I think you should always keep that relationship with the producer, and you know, because that producer is going to evolve too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at some point that you're gonna always have that bond to where you can feel comfortable with that producer because
you can gel.
You know each other, and you can always come back together at any moment. Just like Drake and 40, like 40 don't produce every Drake song, but
he co-produces every Drake song. If you notice, like he might not fully
He
produce
put
that
his
whole. He
touches
touches
on
on it. He touches it, and that's because
It goes through his
and
ears
it's probably
first.
because it's a business thing.
And it's a trust
he's an
thing.
engineer too. You see what I'm saying? He's
Trust thing, too.
more than one thing. Trust. He's an engineer and he producer. You know, so he plays two
But I
different
feel
roles.
like engineer is different.
No, I'm
It's very
saying
different.
When
by
you,
him being an engineer, when they're mixing that hoe, if he feel like some drums should be here, he gonna boo. Oh, let me switch this because he's an engineer. You know, whereas a lot of producers they might not have. You know, so it's levels to it. I mean, I feel like he's done it smart because by giving himself, you know, two ways, he's like, well, shit, I ain't got to make no beat, but I can get your vocals right, and by me having that ear, I might can, you know.
I mean,
I feel like that's how it should be. Multi-talented is. If I feel like people want to really work with you, they should be able to. You don't have to do more than one thing, but you can do more if you do more than one thing.
Yeah, I think that poses another question since y'all talking about engineers. How important is engineer to the whole?
Crucial.
To everything.
Crucial.
Would you say 80%?
It's a good one.
I think if you notice, mixing engineers get royalties off of albums. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of situations where mixing engineers, audio engineers, for a project, for an album, they get also credit and money afterwards, and that speaks to how much. I mean, it's not every single scenario.
No,
I
it
do feel
is
like,
low key because if you read the album credits, like they're gonna list everybody. Now, whether they get a flashlight on them, two different things. Like 'cause it's not like you gotta, you know, that's branding. Like you gotta brand
key.
yourself. If you like what's the dude in Dallas? I think it's JT. Like he mixes everybody's stuff. They always say, "Boom me up, JT." So he's branding himself like
he
that.
has an audio engineer tag.
Yeah.
Is he a producer as
It's
well?
hard. He on a
I
lot
think
of
he
Yellow
may be. Matter of fact, he
songs.
rap too.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because he's good at what he do.
Yeah.
So people want that, you know. And he not. I think it was somebody in Atlanta did the same thing too. I can't think of their name, but it was somebody that was doing that too.
Yeah. It's 100% crucial for me. 100%.
Yeah, the engineer can make a song that sounded terrible sound great.
Yeah, I've heard it over and over. Like
I've witnessed it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they do some good stuff, especially with the way music has gone. People trying to harmonize and things of that nature. Like you gotta have the right engineer to make the sound right.
no, you got to like, you got to pay, but the engineer is
Have you ever had a bad engineer?
Oh
Rebecca?
yeah.
Like so you had like a song and it was like it's fire. Like you had it in your head, and you went to the guy, you mixed it and he made it worse.
Yeah. I also had an engineer fall asleep during the session.
Word?
Yeah. Like.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's
You got to tap
disrespectful.
him. You got to tap him or something.
Well, you know, like the booth is.
Wow,
Bruh.
Like let's say he's over there, you know what I'm saying, engineering, and I'm in the booth over here with the glass window, and I'm rapping. And I'm like, all right, let me hear that back. Let me hear that.
Was he high?
Nah,
Gotta be, bro.
on the window.
that's terrible. Bro.
nah, bro.
that's bad
Like,
business.
come on, bro. bro.
That's
like, you really wasting
disrespectful.
time, man.
Yeah, free session. Man.
What?
They ain't
No,
playing
yeah, for
like
sure.
that.
No, for
I
sure.
had to
You gotta-
cut him off. It's crazy because like like when I first started like recording music with him, like he came out the gate killing my stuff. And then
Got too comfortable.
over time, it's just like he got lazy.
He said
just,
tobacco
like,
not
stopped
progressing
bull.
enough, man. I gotta.
Yeah,
He said, "Damn, man. I thought, yeah. Hey, cause,
God.
Now he
now-
knocking on the back door.
hey, man, let me
Yo.
come to the stoop." Yeah, I think that's crazy that that's happened. Like, you paid him or was it free though? 'Cause that's that needs to be talked about. If it was free, man, and my boy fell asleep, you got
No, I
slack.
was paying.
Okay, yeah, you
This,
tripping.
this was an actual studio,
Hey,
a
yeah.
well-known studio.
He might have a
Word?
sleep
Yeah.
disorder.
He's probably doing like back-to-back sessions, huh? Like
Or-
Yeah, I was going
8
hard on
hours.
them sessions. Not
Okay.
gonna lie, I was going hard, but like
Knocking them out.
But I don't think that's an excuse. That's your job.
Yeah,
Facts.
And yeah, I
for
was
sure.
like the songs he was falling asleep on. Not gonna lie, they was slow songs.
Yo,
Like,
hey.
it was them kind, but like, hey man, you gotta do your job.
Yeah,
facts, especially if you paying.
that's crazy.
Results.
Yeah.
Facts, man. So that was a good discussion, man. Good about that.
That was interesting.
What? Man, how do I want to say this, man?
Don't say it the wrong way.
How do I want to say this, man? No, I got another question. So
Okay.
y'all both
We'll come back to it.
Y'all both going to the studios a lot, I'm sure, recording, whatever. Since this is Self-Care Sundays, what do y'all do to kind of get your mindset right when you're going in there to deliver your words?
To put yourself in that vibe, you
Yeah.
need like all red M&Ms or something like that.
Like what you do?
Need
What's
like
your,
some
what's your
variety at the
thing,
studio.
man? Like
Water.
some people they
Smoke,
turn
some people
to,
incense.
Yeah, they do all type of stuff.
Some
Yeah.
people might pop a Molly. Well, I would hope not.
No,
but
thank you. I'm good
Yeah,
on that.
people do all type of stuff.
yeah.
They gotta give them the
Backflips.
Henny bottle. They gotta.
You gotta be in
They
the
got,
studio with
everybody
the
got
bottle.
different vices. What is yours?
I'm gonna be very honest. I'm stone cold sober every time I go into the studio.
Okay. Yeah, I can just
For
salute
me,
that.
But what do you do for your mind? What do you do
my
to
mind?
get
Okay,
prepared to
mentally.
go bless the mic?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. The recording process is the worst part for me as being an artist. Like, it's the most stressful part. So for me, I just breathe, bro. I just take I do my little breathing exercises. I breathe in. I calm myself down. One thing I do while I'm recording, I don't have the headphones on. I have one on and one off.
Okay, yeah.
I keep
like
the
this?
music. Yeah,
Yeah.
And it kind of keeps me like concentrated on another thing. Because if I'm too like focused on like what's in front of me, I might try to be a perfectionist and then take it over and over and over again, and it might not sound as natural or like honest, right? It will sound manufactured or processed, right? And I want to make it sound as
Let it flow.
Yeah, I want to let it flow. So like the people who listen understand like I'm actually it's coming from my heart. So I just breathe, man. Like I just try to take a second and breathe, bro.
Breathe in, breathe out.
I hate recording. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hate recording.
Hey, I feel you.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. Like, it all depends.
That man he going there
Depends on who
smoking
you with.
ounce, man.
No. Like,
OZ.
I had my times where I used to go and smoke,
Yeah.
but I had to get over that because there would be times where like I ain't gonna lie, like I don't know, I just felt like I had to take it more serious, and sometimes when I would be high, it would just be like
Turn to a vibe session.
yeah, it'll just be like I'll be up and then I come down and then it just be so like it depends on like what kind of session it is, honestly, with me. If I know this is a song that I've been really like waiting to record, I know this is gonna be a good song. Like I know that this is a song that it's really like a lot in it, and I really have to like zone in on it. Then I have to lock in. Like honestly, like I don't want to go to the studio and not remember my lyrics by heart, like reading off my phone. Like if it's this particular song, because sometimes like if I go in the studio and I'm reading off my phone, you can kind of hear it.
Yeah, you can definitely hear that.
You can hear it.
The
that-
confidence factor.
Yeah, I like to just like let it like come out smooth, like you know what I'm saying. So if it's that particular song, then I would like to like be already ahead of the game, like, knowing my lyrics by heart. You know what I'm saying? Already in that mental state, whether I'm listening to that kind of music that I want to make, like on the way there. You know what I'm saying? Making sure I'm drinking warm water, like you know what I'm saying. I'm like zoning in.
Yeah.
But if it's just like a session where I'm pulling up, like headed to the gym, practice.
We gonna do a little feature.
I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go in there and I'm finna experiment. Yeah, easy.
Nah, that's interesting.
Ain't gonna lie, when it comes to features, I'm so last minute with my verses. Like,
Hey, it's funny, bro, because it's been verses like that. Yeah, like you just mentioned that on, but then Jamal will get the song, and people will hear it, or like different people will hear it, and they'll be like, "Damn, I really fuck with this."
no, yeah,
But I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, you said it to me. You mess with it like that, but people think the exact opposite. So it's funny, like how the artistry stuff works, because a lot of times it's always like that. Like you, like okay, some else they're like, damn, what's going on? Like,
Yeah. That's why it's so important to just create, man. Like
Create.
you gotta let the fans dictate what's good and what's
sure.
not.
100%.
Like, you too deep into it to see it anyway. You know?
facts, because
And-
artists overthink. Like
True,
I
true,
tweeted
true.
that shit. Like
Yeah.
when I tweeted that, people and I posted on my story. It's crazy, bro. I got the most views. I felt like I was popping. Shoot, but everybody was like, man, you speaking to me right now. Cause I'm like, bro, as an artist, like as a creative, like, bro. It's so much shit that I never put out just because I overthought it. I'm like, man, I don't know if this is good or not. But it's like, you gotta just let the people decide, bro. If it's good, it's good. Now, maybe sometimes stuff is so good that it's not, or it's nothing like it to where you don't got nothing to compare it to, so you know if it's good or not. But people, if somebody really mess with you,
Yeah.
Put it out, man.
yeah, somebody gonna listen
Put it
to
out.
it.
They're
You know
gonna
what I'm saying?
receive it. Whether they like it or not really don't matter.
It really doesn't matter.
Once you get better.
Because you're gonna keep going anyway, or you should. Don't get discouraged by little things. Just keep it going, man.
Drop my phone.
Gotta always keep it going.
Solid. It's like, so what do you feel like about, like, because both y'all are artists, you know what I'm saying? Y'all two of the better artists that I know for sure. Like, both y'all got, yeah. Like, both y'all just on some different shit. So, like, as an artist, like, do you feel like, I guess the need to, like, play catch up and shit, like, when you see, like, different shit going on from an independent level, so not playing catch up with, like, Drake, but, like, independent level, like, damn, like, I gotta hear put this out, I gotta put this out. Or are you just moving at your own pace?
That's a really good question, because I think at the end of the day, I want to live off of my talents, right? You want the music to feed you and your family. So it's tough. It's tough. I think for me, the best way to stay creative and not feel like you're stressed out and feel like you're not, in a rat race. Because honestly, when you get into the industry, it could definitely become a rat race. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know any artists that are like stuck in that album cycle. They're not really progressing. They're not really making different sounds. They're making the same thing over and over again. But they have to do that because that's their main bread and butter, right?
Well, they got to do it because they in a deal, so they got to
And they're in a
fulfill
deal.
their obligations.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
the label say, "Hey, man, we need another hit. It need to be just like this.
Exactly.
Same,
Exactly.
same cadence,
Yeah.
everything the same."
And then it becomes like another 9 to 5. You're under a contract. You got to fulfill the obligations.
And you got to
that
make the
are-
money back that you
And you
borrowed.
gotta make the
That's
money
what a lot
back.
of artists don't understand.
Grant-
You borrowing money.
Advances or loans, 100%. Yeah, you got to
Facts.
recoup all of that.
Make that back, man.
For sure. For me, I'm trying to stay away from perfectionism, and I'm trying to grow, and I'm trying to just develop and get better. So I think for me, I'm trying to just go at my own pace. It's been a hard thing to swallow, been a tough pill to swallow, because you see other artists maybe in your own lane or like your own age, you know what I'm saying? Or even younger, you know what I'm saying? Like 15-year-old,
Little kids
12-year-old.
running it up.
What's that girl's name? Zaza. Y'all know Zaza?
Zaza.
Bruh, what's her name?
Lala?
No, it's a little 5-year-old, bro. She has hits.
She like light skin, like a little kid.
Yeah,
little
she
baby.
a little
I was
light
wondering-
skinned girl.
I didn't know she was really
On
out
TikTok.
here.
She
Though, like,
Out
Okay.
here, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
her parents got her doing like
Exactly.
different stuff, getting
Like,
sponsorships,
come
all
on
type
now.
of stuff.
She good for the rest of her life, low key. Like if her parents are
as
still
long
in
as
her
they don't
life.
mess up the money.
Exactly. And I mean, I don't know. It could barely be possible that they can mess up the money, but regardless, I think in my age right now, where I'm at mentally, I'm just going at my own pace, and that's the only way. Before you go crazy, that's the only way, bro.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah.
Yeah, smart.
Oh, I definitely be overthinking. I ain't I be overthinking, like, but I don't want to call it overthinking. I be thinking. You know,
So I'm just a critical thinker.
I hear you,
So
bro.
you just be
I hear what
thinking
you
too
I be
said.
thinking, like, I ain't gonna lie, like,
Yeah.
it's weird with me because, like, I feel like I go off energy. Like, sometimes I might wake up and I'll be like, I'm gonna release a video today. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I woke up and tweeted him. I was like, hey man, let's break the internet today. Like, like I ain't even have that in a thought to put out a snippet video.
Yeah.
I just woke up that morning and was just like, something is telling me like the people want something from me. Like, I gotta deliver. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, that's like the second time you done that. Because even with the pink tobacco, like I was definitely like against putting that money out at the time. Like, man, I don't know. You should probably like warm it up a little bit more. Hey man, that intuition kicked in. Just ended up being probably smartest decision ever.
Yeah, so like
So far.
sometimes I go off intuition. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I do overthink. Like
Give us an example.
Huh?
Give us an example.
Shoot. When I started doing music, not like music seriously. Like I think it was 2017, 2018 when I met Garden, my homeboy Garden and June. They were part of Bloom Set, and they were the ones doing music.
You shooting their videos?
Exactly. So like, I was shooting.
That's a fun
videos
fact right
at
there.
the time. Like I was a photographer.
Oh wow.
And I had a camera, and you know what I'm saying, I just wanted to, you know, get active. You know what I'm saying? And I met Garden through fashion show, because we walked in the same fashion show, and he wanted to introduce me to his homeboy because he, you know what I'm saying, he did music. So, but at the time, I was recording music, but I would just never put it out because I was just like, I don't know if people like it, you know what I'm saying? But I just recorded music because I always loved music, been doing music since little. But I never like put it out like that. You know what I'm saying? If I did, I'd put it out and not tell nobody. Like it'd be on that piff. And then it just, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, yeah, he was like, yeah, we got this song. I'm like, bro, I want to shoot y'all music video. I ain't gonna charge y'all, like whoop de whoop. I just want to, you know what I'm saying, work with y'all. I'm like, bet. Shoot the music video that day. We came back to his apartment. And they started playing their music. Well, yeah, I was like, okay, let me play some stuff. Like, man, I put on Black Man's, and then after I put on a song Black Man's, I put on Close to You, and then they just like went crazy. They was just like, bro, you really need to like push this. Like, what are you doing? Like, you sitting on all this and all that. I was just like, I don't know. I was just like, I guess I'll start putting it out. And then before you know it, like I just started being consistent and just start putting it out, and people start gravitating to it the more I put it out. And that was one example of overthinking. Like had I just like went on, it's just like
like a little snowball effect.
Pushed it ahead of time, and I'm telling like.
I think music is also timing too, because a lot of like artists have to like learn the process. You know, I remember when I used to be putting shit out before I retired, unofficially retired. I'm like, hey, I might, whenever one of them blow up, I'm gonna probably be on the album. So we're gonna say unofficial. But like, bro, I used to just be posting shit at U of H. Like, I just be, man, say, I thought I was motherfucking P. Diddy or something. Like,
So you gonna do the outro?
Outro. Bars on that shit too. But nah, you can't overthink, bro. I was a big time overthinker, but I was also like always a doer too. Like, I'm an overthinking ass nigga, but I'm gonna do something. And it kind of like, it's a little bit of that with artists, like, because you kind of got to do both. And then once you get to that certain point, like your stuff, bro, I know, like, I remember because, like, Trey, shout out to Dr. Shadow, we got to call him by his stage name.
Shout out my guy, Dr. Shadow.
He would always say, hey, man, he raps. I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like,
their music is like, you know what I'm saying, creative.
Appreciate
exactly.
Complex. So
Best
I
way
feel
to
like
describe
that takes
it.
a lot of thinking.
Oh, it
You know what I'm
does.
saying? Some people ain't creative but complex with their ideas.
Yeah.
Cynic skin,
They
you know
hop
what
on
I'm
the mic,
saying?
ooh,
Like,
I'm gonna drop this mug. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing in it. But if you put like thought in yours, like you wanna make the audience perceive it a certain way. So like, of course, it's gonna like, you're gonna have to like low key think, like not overthink.
It's some
but you're gonna have to
complex
put
shit,
some
bro.
No,
thinking into it.
I 100% agree, man. I'm like I said, I'm fighting my perfectionism because that's where it's at, bro. Like as far as like thinking, like I'll think, and then also when it comes to like the mix, I'll mix it over and over again, play it over here, and like, bro, it's just. Then it's like, all right, how am I gonna release this? What is the visual? What's the visual gonna look like? That's a whole nother thing, right?
Yep.
So it's just, man.
It's a whole nother thing, but you know that's why it's important to have like some type of team on your side.
Yeah, for sure.
If not a team, at least one or two people you can.
yeah, just a couple, because it starts with a few people.
Show ideas, bounce ideas off of them. It's important to have somebody in your corner that can, you know, they know what you're looking for 100%. And they can tell you if that's it or not. Because you in it. Yeah. You too in it to really say like, I don't know.
True. Yeah,
you gotta be able to bounce them ideas. And it could be a very small circle, you know. That's why you gotta start. That's how you gotta start anyway.
100%. I agree.
Yeah. Definitely agree. Bro, this nigga, when he started looking at him, I'm like, bro, like, so like we all looking at like the okay, so like the music side. I think the hardest part of since we talk about that. But the hardest part, I think, is like marketing music. So like, how do y'all approach like that or because no, not projects, but like you got like the first song I know I heard, well, that I listened to for sure was one that Ali had sent. I think it wasn't a Cynic's Health, or it might have been a Cynic's Health. I think that was the name of it.
I think that's
the first one I seen.
Yeah.
And like I know what I was like, okay, like when I listened to that whole, I'm like, hers like I don't know. It was just it was on some other shit. But when I watched the video, I was like, damn, this nigga here, like blue light, purple light. Like I knew like, okay, somebody holding that light. So I'm like, okay, put some thought into this. And like you running. I still never understood the running part, but I thought it was creative though.
It was hard.
Yeah, it was hard. It was different.
Thank you.
Running in slow motion, like it's just it was cool. Like it's different.
Yeah.
So like that's like word of mouth because like somebody had to put me onto it. But like it's crazy because like you listen to music, it's like you got word of mouth, but then you got like a whole another aspect, which is getting to a whole like word of mouth works for people and then it's that whole other undiscovered part of getting it to people you don't know.
Yeah.
So like as like two independent artists, two independent creators, because both of y'all create in several different ways. How do you get people that don't know you to know about you, like, or what do you feel like has been the part of the process? Because that's one of the hardest, probably is the hardest thing.
I'm gonna be honest, this guy right here is great at that, man. Because for me, I'm still learning that, but I feel like I see the growth for sure in you, man. Because I think also with you do a lot of stuff. You're also a model, you know what I'm saying? You also, so your marketing for me, from the outside looking in, is definitely your face and your fashion aesthetic. And I think that reaches a whole other artist, like, audience, aside from just your music.
Right.
And then when people hear your music, I think it connects back because it definitely fits. So I don't know why I was like dissecting his marketing. For me, it's visuals. It's visuals, and it's putting money behind the visuals.
Yeah.
Like $50 on an Instagram ad promo, $50 behind like a Spotify promo, $50 behind a Facebook promo. That's like the main way for me, visuals. Make sure the visuals are eye-catching. Make sure the visuals make somebody stop when they scroll by on the feed or in a story. That's why I take full advantage of every single inch on the real estate of your screen. Because that will definitely make somebody stop and be like, okay, yo, that's pretty dope. I like that.
No,
like it's not
I
just
do the same thing on my story.
Exactly.
I always zoom in the videos.
Yeah, you got it as well too. You know what I'm saying? Even just seeing like story ads. For me, story ads stop me. If it's a good story ad and the music syncs up, that'll get me. You know what I'm saying?
Up.
Yeah, and swipe up. Yeah, the swipe up feature. So I think for me, right now it's definitely been a lot of visuals and trying to get people visually stimulated. There's many other ways too, but I think that's what I'm focused on right now. So yeah.
For me, I would say college helped. Just for one, being in college for so long, going past 4 years. So like when I was in college as a freshman, did a talent show and like, people was like, oh, you do music. And then over time, like towards the end of my years at TSU, like once they found out that I do good music, then the word got around. You know what I'm saying? And then also traveling helped because it makes like people feel like, oh, you're important. So like I want to keep an eye on what you're doing.
I want to
like
be your
said,
friend.
I
want to be your friend.
Yeah, and like you said, the fashion and the modeling really helped a lot because that's just more content that will draw people to your page. And like once you post like a fire pic or something that catches people's eye, they repost it and share it. Other people think it's cool. They click on it, go to your page, and your page already looks like you're, doing something. Oh, they're interested now. They're either gonna follow you or they're gonna check out what you're doing. So I feel like just being like posting cool stuff consistently makes people like, want to share it and like see what you're a part of and what you do. And then like, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Being in the creative world in Houston helped too. Like going to
on the scene.
Yeah, being on the scene, like going to little pop-up shops and just whenever there's like an art thing going on, just because that's what that's like really the people that's going to support you the most.
Yeah.
is the people that's in that little art field, because you know what I'm saying, they can relate, and it'll reach them quicker, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be more genuine, it'd be more real because you met them, they see you a lot, they see you around. You know,
They put a face to it.
yeah, and then when you get to like events early, see, a lot of people don't like to go to events early. When you get to events early, it's awkward. So you
gotta talk to somebody.
Yeah, you gotta talk to somebody. You gotta
Yeah.
make a conversation.
Yeah.
And like little small things like that go a long way. And like over time, it just like starts building. So
Yeah.
that's, you know what I'm saying, how you can market without money. But then again, with the money marketing, you gotta like put, like you said, put money behind, run some ads, you know, do things like that. And then like once you get to a certain level, hey man, start that street team.
Facts, street
Yeah,
team.
because now
I
you
feel
got
like
the package of
Exactly.
like, this is what we doing. You can be a part of it, or you know.
make it like a movement, because that's where I feel like a lot of artists mess up at. Like, 'cause I know, like, when I used to like push my shit the hardest as Pierre the rapper, I feel like I've always been Pierre the creative, because people know me now I'm creative, but it all started from Pierre the rapper. Like, that's what people knew. I would push it. Like, bro, I would be getting mad at the DJ for not playing my stuff at our parties. I'm like, hey, bro, Suge P, man. That's an inside joke, but like, it would really piss me off just because I was passionate though.
Yeah.
So like, it's funny like hearing artists talk about it, because like, it's like something that only artists know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody speaks that same language, but a lot of the language that the artist doesn't speak is the business side. It's like,
sure.
because it takes that, like how you performed at the fashion show. Yeah, me and my friends did that shit at one time, and man, they didn't even get to my goddamn verse. They kicked us off stage. Like,
At a fashion show,
yeah,
they cut you off.
they
Damn.
kicked us off stage because it was, you know,
Damn.
it was a movement though. You know what I'm saying? Because it was
yeah.
deep. So we had part of it right.
Yeah.
It's just getting it all the way right, because we had the right idea. If you're like this, like a movement, like you know, it's like phase 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Once you get that street team, it's hard to not see it. And then, but it's like you can't build up on any of that unless you got the, you know, the products and stuff like that. But I think it takes a combination of both. You gotta in somebody's face, promote it through the web, and you gotta just kind of like,
And I think you gotta document it too.
oh yeah, you
Like,
gotta show the
document-
process.
Yeah, you gotta document the street
gotta
team. Because once
document
you like document you with a lot of people, and it looks like a movement. And you
It
post
just grows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just make like, oh,
It just grows.
It grows.
Yeah, it definitely grows.
And the documenting part, you know, back in the 90s, early 2000s, social media wasn't as prevalent, right? So now it don't cost money for you to document stuff. You got an iPhone, you know what I'm saying? You got that, you can market yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now all you have to do is have somebody, hey man, make sure you get a couple clips of us, get a video of us, we talking, blah, 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 and post it. And that's literally that organic stuff that people want to see.
Yeah, as long as
100%.
people like you, because that's the part that y'all skipped out on. If you're a personable person, that also helps big.
Yeah.
Big. Now, you don't always got to be like that, but just making those initial, like being at an empty show, hey, you know, because some people would just, I've been to places where I ain't talking to nobody. And I also been to places where I'm like, okay, hey, like it depends on where you at, because you got to, I guess, outgoing would be the word.
No.
That
100%.
helps.
Yeah, having a little charisma definitely
Charisma,
helps. Because people, they attracted to people with charisma. So like,
100%. Yeah.
you just kind of navigate towards them. Because like, oh, they so confident. Like, let me go see what they about. And so that definitely helps. I think, well, tobacco, since we was just talking about your marketing for a little bit, and your fashion, both of y'all got fashionable dress. Like,
Yeah,
you know
both
what I'm
of
saying?
us
got the black on. Hey,
Thank you.
it's black, it's simple, but that's a vibe.
Thank you.
It's a vibe. But you recently did the
Oh, yeah.
Dior photo shoot. Tell people a little bit about that, man.
Talk about that, man.
Dior, man. Let's
How'd
go.
that
Yeah,
come
that,
about,
was
man?
that was a big opportunity that my friend Kerry Fagan, he's a photographer in Houston. He brought to me and a couple other creatives in Houston, where they had they brought the Christian Dior campaign in Houston called I Am Dior Houston, and basically we were able to collab with Culture Magazine and just, you know what I'm saying, show them that, you know, we could bring like Dior to Houston,
Yeah.
and we did, and ended up like we ended up getting so much love from it, and it was definitely an experience. It was a 2-day shoot. We shot multiple locations, We also created a short film that was shot by Ian. So yeah, it was a great opportunity to be a part of it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now, with both of you, with all of us being in Houston, where there is no major label here, there isn't just access to
like there's no like major outlets.
Yeah, major outlets. They're just not here. You know what I'm saying? How is that? Being an underground artist in Houston is a lot different than being an underground artist in Atlanta
Or LA.
New York, even Chicago. Because Chicago, they kind of right there in the Midwest, but they can get to New York and Atlanta
right
pretty
there.
easily. How is it just kind of navigating as an artist, trying to make it, or how difficult it is?
Yeah, how is it to try to get to the level of being seen? Because that's what it is, right? To be an artist, the more people, if your stuff is good, once people find you and see you, it's gonna go up automatically. How do you to get seen? Because you got the college level artists. Shit, yeah, I ain't blow up past college, y'all, but it was cool though.
And the college level
Then you got
artists, they got the fan base because
Yeah.
they in college. They
They in
have
college.
they have a
You
better
got people
chance
around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
of
got a
getting-
chance.
They have a
For
better
sure.
chance of getting more fans because they're in college.
There's so many
While they're
levels to
doing
it, like because then you got the local celebrity level, which
Yeah.
is where
Yeah,
like
Houston got a
you're
lot of that.
more yeah, Houston has a lot of that. And then of
Lot
course
of
you
that.
got the people that's the people that actually at least had one hit. We're gonna say they made it, right? It automatically puts you on this category.
Yeah, yeah.
You got local celebrity, then everything college level, whatever. That's all underground.
Yeah.
You got the finesse.
Yeah, you climbed-
Like
You said
Houston, that's what
finesse.
Houston is, man. Because Houston, you got the local artists, local celebrities,
Yeah.
and only local.
Yeah.
And then you got the local finesses. You got them.
No,
They-
local finesse.
Yeah, who? Yeah,
What-
I
what
ain't gonna
is
say
that?
no
Yeah.
names,
Well,
man.
elaborate on what
Please.
that
Local finesses,
Yeah.
like they're big. Like they got 600,000 followers.
Okay.
On Instagram.
The cappers.
Yes, some of them.
Yeah,
They,
some.
now they try.
So they
some of them
finesse their way to 600,000 followers. That's what you're saying.
people do it,
All the time.
but
Okay.
it's up to the person to be able to turn that into like revenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some of them do,
Yeah, some
Yeah.
do.
but a lot, it's just.
I feel like he hit it on the nail. Like
I feel like every state got that though.
for sure.
Houston's
Well, it's
on
more
another
prevalent
level.
because we don't got
It's on
the
another level.
because
Houston's
it doesn't
on
have the
another level.
major outlets to, so you see maybe a lot more of that than a lot more of this.
Yeah.
But y'all want to go, mainstream, or not even mainstream, just we could say a big fan base that pays you, right?
If you get it right in your niche, if your
Yeah,
niche,
niche.
can feed you, you good.
good.
There's plenty of gold selling artists out there. That's
There's plenty of people that don't go gold as good.
That's
You know
doing
what I'm
very
saying?
well.
So it's-
Yeah. Even ones that ain't gonna go, they doing well. Especially if let's think y'all in Houston. If you could just
Get
get
100, even you get just 50,000 people to pay you.
50,000 people in Houston, you
That's
good.
just 50, bro. So if you get
Easy.
a million, it's crazy.
You
like
got
so.
you got several artists that don't do 40 first week that's in a deal. You know what I'm saying? They doing 15 first week. They still eating. They still got. It still appears that they got a huge fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they fans don't buy their music, or they don't stream it. I mean, one or the other.
Yeah.
that is the harsh reality.
It's a lot of artists like that, man. And it's a lot of artists that people say are good.
Yeah.
People love. Just as an example, no knock to her. People love Mulatto. Her numbers, I think she did less than 20K first week.
Do first week numbers matter in
Over
2020?
time, because numbers are gonna grow, but it does matter just because of how the music industry looks at things.
Yeah.
So it don't really matter in the long scheme of things. She's still getting the money in the back over time and doing shows and stuff. Because Mulatto, before she even dropped any like project or any project I heard, she was already touring in Houston. You know what I'm saying? She had already came through the city and.
Really?
They
He's on
got
the
to a
way.
club, got the bottles, whatever. do that look that artists do.
Yeah.
And then she started putting out the albums and stuff.
I got a question. What do you feel about those type of artists? Do they have an advantage? Like certain artists that could go to a club, get bottles and perform.
Yeah.
And then you have certain artists that don't make that kind of music. So are they at a disadvantage because they can't go to a club and perform at, a big club in a city that,
Look, it's never really a race, or it shouldn't be, right? You gotta compete with yourself. So like for an artist like like that's able to go to clubs, do the thing because they're a big personality. Like that's how they gonna get their money because it's not gonna necessarily come from the music. But if you can go out and get booked for a show for 60, 80K, like you good. You do a 60 city tour, you up.
You should be up.
You should be up.
I think
unless you got a bad contract and your label taking that. Usually they're not taking that type of money.
Yeah.
But if they are, then you get a bad deal.
Yeah, it is a very interesting way to kind of view it because I don't know. Do you see your music going up in the club? Not the songs that you love. Like
I can't go to a club and do a whole set because I don't feel like I have a set of club songs.
Yeah.
But I make sure that I at least put out one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So like a DJ in the club will actually spin it and
I
get a reception.
I have I could say I have like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like.
So would you be with that? Because with that being said, you got 2 songs. They say, hey, we're gonna put you in here for, $2,000 or some number. You going right for the club appearance, or you don't want to be in that lane? I'm talking about underground, man. Come on, man, go collect
2K bands. It's a show.
I'm gonna take that 2 bands and I'm gonna reinvest it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's easy. Like, hey, boom, pop out 2 songs.
Yeah.
Easy.
Dance on stage, like
Gotta do it, man. I think Young Dolph, when he did his first show, I think he said he made him pay him $6,000.
6,000.
Do it in the crowd. That's what he said.
Huh?
That's what he said.
He
man.
threw
Young Dolph
all
already
6
had
bands
money,
back
though.
in the crowd.
Yeah, for his
already
first
had money,
show.
though.
And usually for your first show, you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
Generally, you paying to perform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for him, he say,
Low-key, that's a flex because he knew he was gonna make that money back.
oh yeah.
He was like, this is whatever. I'm gonna throw this out.
they
I'm gonna
gave
get it
people
back.
something else to talk about.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as artists, there's always gonna be you gotta find your lane. What's gonna get you
Exactly.
your money.
Exactly.
Because you might not even want to go to the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless they talking about a big bag, you go. But if they,
Yeah.
if that's not your thing, it's not your thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta figure out what your fans would like, how they gonna support you, how you gonna feed your family, make your money.
100%.
Because it could be doing like a small intimate setting environment, like 50 people in the crowd, just real small, and just vibing up.
But do them small settings pay like the club?
They could. It depends on what your price.
You got to
is.
figure out what your drug is, what your trap is. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be merch because you look at an artist like Larry June. I heard a song, not my type of speed, even though it reminds me of Dom Kennedy, who I like. But me and my brother talking about it, and
Larry June's
a lot of people wear his merch. For what they was telling me, like he making a lot of money.
That's
I think
his
he makes
brand.
more off the fashion from what he's been saying. So like it's like figuring out because he can't get into a club with the music, but you can go make this cool merch. So it's kind of like going to a club. You know what I'm saying? Low key, you can make more than a club. But I think artists got to figure out what that is for them.
Yeah, I think you definitely have to try to reverse engineer your audience, or reverse engineer who you think is going to be gravitating towards your music. Because just like with Larry June listeners, they're probably in the club, but they're not trying to hear Larry June in the club, right?
Yeah, they want to vibe.
Yeah, they want to vibe. Yeah. So Larry June I could see Larry June flipping like pre-rolls, or like maybe ashtray.
Organic juice?
You know what I'm saying? Or organic juice, yeah. Or some water, like Larry June water, you know what I'm saying? Or Larry June merch or whatever. That's a way that you can like flip it. Now for me, it is interesting because I think you can definitely make more money coming out the gate with merch as opposed to music or club appearances if you're not that type of artist. Like for instance, we all know Toby Newigwe.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you feel about his music, he started out selling merch, right? He was like, "Don't buy music, buy merch."
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't worry about buying his music. I'm doing it." You know what I'm saying? And granted, his music may not be the most replayable. He's rapping, right? He's not. I don't think he's making vibes per se, but he's like a hard MC or whatever.
Okay.
So with that being said, lyrics are his thing, his bottom line, and his brand like developed into like family and and professing his love for his wife and his children. So with that, it's like, okay, that's the type of music you make. Who would be gravitating towards that? Now you start thinking about, okay, maybe it's people who are getting closer to think about marriage, maybe people who are in college, maybe people who are who go to church, who profess God, so you start thinking about people who have children, people who actually have families. So like that person is a person that would gravitate towards the music. Now, this person likes my music. Let's see if they're willing to buy my merits, right? So I think that's how you kind of go about it as far as an underground artist. Now for me, I know music that I make is not gonna go in the club. Point blank, period. I know that's not gonna happen. I got all the
Hey,
songs
I guarantee
that I
that
make.
mug go Billboard Hot 100. They spinning it in the club. It's gonna be at the address.
You know, that's
man.
true. And
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They'll play Frankie Beverly in the club.
Yeah, they gonna throw
Classic.
some of that
Yeah.
type of stuff in there. So
Yeah.
if you create some of them vibes,
True,
they gonna
true.
play it.
Yeah.
It might get played at the end, but they gonna play it.
Nah, they
Hey.
don't play it.
I agree. Yeah. Do y'all believe that people in the club are really there to I guess discover new music, or are they there to hear what they already
People do
know
discover
about?
music.
In
They're
the
not
club?
there
Secondary.
to discover it.
You
People
secondary.
discover. I've seen people
Thanks
pull
to-
out their Shazam
Yeah,
in the
thanks
club.
to Shazam.
Okay.
they're able to
Okay.
do that.
People pull out Shazam, or before they
Yeah.
knew that Snapchat had the Shazam, they used to just pull
He
out
does?
Snapchat.
I didn't know that.
and
Yeah,
download it.
and like
Like-
I didn't seen like people
They're like, who is that?
exactly, but
That's how I
it's based
discovered
off
that,
the hype that's around it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't seen like DJ Cho's song "Thick" come on, and this is at a bar. "Thick" come on, and it's, like when it first like broke out, like you know what I'm saying, the song, and when people like, let's say a group of females get up and start dancing to it, and then the energy that's coming from them
Yep.
automatically comes on. Oh, that seems cool. Hey, what's this song? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like,
Kick
you know
back
what I'm
tomorrow,
saying?
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
So like, people do discover new music going out. Like, for
They don't.
sure.
I don't think that's in their intention.
Not
Of course,
in-
you go to the
yeah.
club to just have a good time, but
Yeah.
the DJ plays an important role. I've been to clubs with
Controls the
bad
vibe.
DJs, and you like, man, he done played the same song 4 times. It's only
Yeah,
been an
yeah.
hour.
Facts.
Nah, for real,
It's crazy.
and that kills the vibe.
Yeah.
If you're in there with women, they like, man, I'm ready to go. Like, he
Damn.
not doing
Pass
what he
me
need
another
to be
shot.
doing.
Pass me those.
So the DJ, the music in the club is very important.
Yeah,
So
very important.
it controls the vibe, control the atmosphere. They playing Nuck If You Buck and songs like that all day. Like, there might be some tension throughout the day.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you're in
Yeah.
a place with a good vibe, good setting, good music.
Yeah.
So not intentionally they don't
I
go,
agree.
but they definitely, if
Okay.
they hear something they like, they gonna do it.
So what do y'all feel like? You know, Tobacco introduced me to a new app maybe about 3 weeks ago. It's taking the streets by storm, Clubhouse. So, as creatives, as artists, like you know, y'all got music to the core, but y'all do a lot of things. But music is like probably the number one, right? As far as like what you want people to receive from you. What's been y'all experience like on Clubhouse? Like, you know, what have been the hot topic right now as artists? What is your Clubhouse experience? What have you taken from it? Like pros and cons, because I feel like it's a little bit of both.
Honestly,
Honest perspectives. Like for people that, you know, they ain't never been on this app, but they artists just like y'all.
I got us a lot of capping on Club.
Yeah.
You know, like,
First
people
thing.
be capping, like, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's their way to build their platform. It's cap, and really, really honest, that's how the industry is. The industry is built off capping. So it makes sense that a networking app and people get on there networking music capping, but the only thing is like it links back to like your Instagram and stuff. So people can go to your Instagram and see if you really like okay
out
like,
here
you
for
say you
real.
work with who and produce for who, but your Instagram not even looking like you doing that.
Hey man, it'd be some capping. What
Yeah,
the
like
person?
you know what I'm saying. So that's one thing I got from Clubhouse is capping.
Yeah.
Two,
What's the good side?
good side, ain't gonna lie, I done got a lot of followers. Now, do the followers like went back and listened to my music? I'm not sure, but I have gotten a lot of followers from Clubhouse that went to my page and was like, "Oh, he seems cool," and they follow me. Like the best rooms in Clubhouse right now are the rooms where they have you introduce yourself
Yeah.
and tell people what you do, because that's where I got most of my followers from. I went on there, waited my turn. Hey, I'm Tobacco Ryan. I do this. Moderator probably go look at the page, see what he's, and they like, oh, what's this thing you just did? Blah blah blah. I was like, oh yeah, this, and they're like, oh yeah, this is cool. I like your aesthetic, and automatically everybody in the room wants to go. Oh, let me go see what the hype about, and they all go, and they're like, hey bro,
It's that club
I just
method, right?
followed you. I just DM'd you, like
Yeah,
hey,
follow back.
Hey, tap in. And everybody else like, okay, wait, I gotta go see what it like. Then it just like trickles. Like those are the best rooms to me on Clubhouse.
Nah, I like
to
the
get
rooms.
traction. You know what I'm saying?
I got
And
30
then-
followers this morning.
Yeah, you know what
Wow.
I'm saying? Like Clubhouse is like you can gauge your way through.
Yeah,
it,
you
know
can
what I'm
play
saying,
it.
once you learn it, and then like there are some rooms where it's just like if you just want to bullshit around, they got them rooms too.
Those are the rooms that I be in, bro.
Yeah, they
or
got
I bet I've come across.
I'll be in the rooms too.
Nah,
But it'd be my own bullshit,
I go to
though.
like a lot of rooms. I
be
want to go
BS,
see
huh?
what people talking about.
You in the hallways?
Even how crazy it is. I'm like, let me go in there and see what they talking
They
about.
got them rooms.
It's a lot of stuff. On
It's a lot of cap on that.
I feel like it's a lot of pros and cons because like and if you go back to me if you're a real artist or not, it's like you get on the app, you know, hey, we make movies or we do this, you know, but you always want to let somebody go by themselves and check it out because they're gonna feel it more.
Yeah.
They go to your page and wait a minute, this the real deal.
Yeah.
Versus me saying, hey man, I'm the best with the goddamn lens, like
Yeah.
I can turn you up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so there's a lot of capping. It's a vibe though. It's interesting.
I feel like it's one of them apps where you can, like any app, it gives you an opportunity to leverage all of the people on the platform and bring them to your side, man. Because that's what you want to do.
It's like, damn,
especially as an
hot
artist,
or
as a
not.
creative. Like if you, let's say you making art, like you want people to come mess with your art. So, hey, this is what I do. You know, give them some tips. Don't give them the whole game. I don't like when people do that, but ain't nobody doing that on
I feel like there's no
Clubhouse.
game to give when it comes to Clubhouse.
Yeah,
like,
but
what I've
people
been
try.
noticing.
But it's like there's no
Perception, you know what I'm saying? Like,
there's really no one way to do anything.
Anything,
So you give them a little bit of tips. You don't gotta tell them exactly how
Give
you
them the
do what you
basics,
do.
and it's up to them to do
Yeah.
it.
So it's cool for that reason. You
that's
can
what I've been
definitely
getting in
leverage
Clubhouse.
it.
But did y'all get in that room? See, maybe I was the only one in the room. But now it's all over social media. It
Which
was Meek versus Academic.
I was in there last night.
Put you on.
I saw the cover.
see
I was in
Bro,
there
I
last
hopped on
night.
that as soon as it came on. I
It
ain't gonna lie.
confirmed what I already thought about Meek Mill. So it wasn't.
It was like a Vlad TV interview. It was really entertaining.
Really?
You got
Meek
rooms
is-
like that too that are
I'm
extremely
disappointed.
entertaining.
How do y'all feel about Meek Mill?
I like Meek Mill
As
being
an
from
artist, as a person, like how do y'all feel
I feel like the
about-
whole inner city thing I relate to. You know what I'm saying? So I like him in that regards. Like you came up from nothing as a black man. Like you know, I feel like same story. A lot of people like we trying to come up. So I like that. Like I like that. I feel like my boy Antics be kind of, you know.
Yeah, what do y'all feel?
Sometimes he
about Meek Mill?
maybe care too much. That's the vibe
Where
I
is
get from
he
Meek
at
Mill.
for you? Like
Aside
as
from
far as-
rapping.
Even as
'Cause he-
rapping, but I think I mean, he's known to have Twitter fingers. That's been mentioned several times.
Bro, Drake started that phrase,
Nah,
right?
he been doing it though.
Really?
He always.
Or is it Wale that was doing
He,
that?
nah, bro, it was him and Meek though.
Oh, man, Wale.
But Meek Mill is known for just saying something crazy on Twitter.
Like he
just-
throws stones and hide his hand. Is that he's
He
that
don't
type
hide
of?
his hand, but
Yeah.
he'll throw stones for sure.
Okay.
So
Or
he's
he'll just give his opinion.
That's all it is in
There's
opinion.
there's nothing
But
wrong with giving your
it's not.
opinion.
It's not.
There's no pushback from me on that. But as far as Twitter fingers, if you're the type of person to just stir up controversy just cause, or if
What
I
if that's
feel
how
like
you really feel?
But that's how he does that. That's how he feels though.
I don't know, yeah, I think maybe it's just a product of like his environment where he grew up. Like you just say how you feel. You just do what
Just
you
tell
want.
like it is.
Like there's no tact behind it. It's just
I could
and
be
it's
like
not.
that
It's not
sometimes
even.
too. Some people like it, some people hate it.
I used
Exactly.
to think that with him, but like with his, I don't know if y'all know about his beef he had with academics, or still has. But
Yeah, they don't like
Academics has beef with like everybody, right?
nah, this
But
is
Academics
Meek
made a
Mill,
good
though.
point last night, though. You tell me what y'all think. So, the room was 21 Savage
Everybody in this.
moderating. Like, what's the room?
21
on?
Savage moderated.
Hey, he's
he's
a great
actually a
moderator.
great
I'm not
moderator.
gonna lie to you. He's one of the best.
So, like,
moderators
Okay,
ever
wow.
on there.
should you,
Awesome.
like, because you got Academics who's essentially reporting, and does he perpetuate and insinuate beef? In some way,
I
yeah,
think he
because
does.
the media kind of edges on people, right? But, like, 21 kind of was getting at the end of the day, you creating it, and this person, yeah, they're grabbing it, but you're creating it too. So the whole beef with him and Meek and different artists, because Guap Dad was in there too. Guap Dad funny as hell. Shout out to Guap Dad. But Academics made a point.
Yeah.
He said, hey, Guap, and Meek too. When I didn't want to use my platform to promote you all in a positive light, it was forget me. You know, that was one of the things. And then once they was like, oh, you ain't gonna do that? That's when it went to, well, you building off the negativity, kind of like same thing World Star did back in the day. So like, I mean,
But they were okay with Wellstar doing it, from what one of the guys was saying.
World Star shade.
He was like,
room.
Wellstar did it, but we didn't know who the dude
What he said was, he was
cute.
like, World Star does it. He said where Academics does it wrong is he puts his opinion on it. So for instance, he'll be like, yo, Lil Reese is the Chirac Grim Reaper, like making it I guess comical. And they were like,
They didn't
"What's-"
like that he didn't separate himself from the business. Like with Worldstar, a lot of people don't know who ran Worldstar.
Yeah, people don't
with
know Q.
Academics, everybody
RPQ.
knows.
He was part of the brand. His face and
He
his
is
voice
the
is
brand.
part of the
Exactly.
brand.
Facts.
But with me, with academics, I don't think academics has done anything wrong. He's gotten a lot better than what he was when he started.
For sure.
But I think in Meek Mill's case, basically, he wants to try to bully academics, basically, because
That's the vibe I get to.
and,
Of course,
and it,
yeah,
it's that
yeah.
because academics stopped posting anything Meek Mill a year ago. 2 years ago, I think. He said, "I'm just not gonna post anything Meek Mill then since it's a problem. You think I'm doing this? All right, I just won't post nothing."
Okay.
And then Meek Mill people at Dream Chasers reaching out to him, trying to pay him money to post
cover
things
Meek
about
Mill
Meek
stuff.
and different artists
Wow.
under Dream Chasers.
Wow.
And then,
But that's the music business though too. So
and
not
Meek
just me.
So act like I ain't doing it, and so Meek, it seemed like he has a feeling about that. But act
okay.
like, look, I told you I'm not gonna put none of my opinion on anything.
Yeah.
You no more. So I ain't.
Yeah.
But Meek got an issue. Cause it's like now he has an issue with that. Then
Is he
goes
wrong or is
on-
that just how artists be?
And then he tell him like, you're not even that big, you ain't important. But
Yeah.
but Ack was like, well, why are you in this room then?
If you're
Because
Ack-
it was Welcome Academics room,
Yeah,
and
it
he
was
jumped
funny.
in. So it's like clearly I'm somebody. Cause
if
you
you're
in there.
Ack, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah,
Honestly,
exactly.
I think he's such in a rock and a hard place. No matter what he says, whether it's positive or negative, people are gonna go at his neck. They're gonna
Yeah.
be on him.
People need somebody to attack.
I
That's
like
society.
I like academics.
He
I
is
feel
a
like
scapegoat. He
I
is
don't
a
take
scapegoat.
anything academics say seriously anyway.
That's
not
another
to
thing.
me
Why are
neither.
we taking it so seriously? Why is
It's-
everybody?
I
I
like
think that's
academics.
those people's thing with Meek Mills because I feel like anybody like that's how I feel about it. Like
Yeah.
artists gonna always have their opinion, people have their opinion. You just can't take, you just do your own thing, really.
Yeah,
Can't
really.
take everything to heart.
Get a laugh
man.
out of it.
Like he doing whatever he do to make his money.
Exactly.
It's not like he has bad morals. I don't feel like. I don't feel like he's doing anything to just hurt people. I couldn't say academics has done anything to hurt somebody or their career.
There was
That was a big thing in the group too, because people felt like he definitely did, especially
They
on
said
Chicago.
with the
bro.
Chirac
What-
shit, but he stopped the Chirac stuff.
I remember that
But he
channel on
stopped
YouTube,
it.
that the war on Chirac or whatever. He was like just perpetuating the negativity. But Chicago's really like that though. So
Exactly.
what else is academics doing other than reporting?
Exactly.
And then putting like comedic whatever on it, because
But-
that's part of his brand.
But he also stopped that
definitely.
when a lot of people got offended. They notified him. He said,
Okay.
"All right, I'm not going to post no more." And people started dying, like a lot more than they were before.
so he took a step back.
Yeah,
he took
so
his
he
hands
don't
off
even,
it.
he got hands off of it. I think he might have removed it too.
So as
No,
far
it's,
as
it's definitely on there.
Well, it's still on places, but he removed it.
as far as I'm
He just
concerned,
don't
People
post
already
on
got it.
with that, academics has done the right thing in regards to that.
Yeah.
As far as him not taking money from Meek Mill's team for not posting stuff about the Dream
Or Guap
Chasers,
Dads, because Guap Dad felt the same way.
Bro,
I
who
love
is-
that for academics.
Nobody
That's good for
cares
him.
about Guap Dad.
Nah, that was.
I mean, he got a good little following going on.
I know he has a following.
I ain't gonna lie,
But
Frank
you
Jam
okay,
no Guap Dad. But it was funny though, because it
Gets
was
no
just
play
funny
around
hearing
me,
them.
man. No play.
He got that one
All I
video
know
that
him
they shot
for is
that's
the
good, though.
meme. That's all I
What
know
meme?
him
What was
for.
it mean?
The meme where he had the money and he was throwing it on people, bro.
I
It was
never
like
seen
some
that.
years ago. That's the only thing I knew him from.
I
I
seen
didn't
the
know it
video
was
where he
him
was
until
ghost
somebody
riding a
told
whip in
me.
LA, but he wasn't driving, but it was still
Yeah.
moving. Now I remember that video was clean. I don't know
Okay.
how the hell. I'm pretty sure somebody was doing that.
Yeah.
I know him from that. I ain't never seen the meme.
Bro, it's
but I
on
think
his
he did.
page. It was like his birthday. and
So that's how he
and he was
blew
throwing
up.
the money. That was the thing that blew him up.
Oh,
And
really?
then he started rapping, or was he already rapping?
I think then he started rapping. Let me show
Smart
you.
move. I would start rapping too. Shit. I'm
Wasn't he
okay.
beefing with somebody? Like, was he beefing with X
with Russ?
or Russ?
Shout out to Russ, man.
Oh my God.
How do y'all feel about Russ?
I like
Maybe that's
Russ,
a good one because
Shout
Russ
out
is a
Russ,
great
man.
artist who I feel like he business and Russ like it go hand in hand. But a lot of artists don't fuck with Russ.
I don't get that.
What y'all think about that? Like, cause when Russ be showing them checks, I don't know, man. It's very convincing.
Bro.
But like a lot of artists don't like Russ though.
Nobody-
But Russ look like the one that's doing it.
Russ is
He
consistent.
killing it. So I'm like,
no, it's
wait a
no
minute.
cap, bro.
He's consistent.
I'm like, what do y'all
and
two
he
artists?
controls
can't-
his own destiny.
I can't hate on Russ.
He don't
I
owe
don't
nobody.
have no ill will against Russ, honestly. But
Uh-oh.
I can understand why people do.
Why do you think people do? Because
Because-
I didn't understand that one.
He can come off as self-righteous,
Mm-hmm.
self-entitled, which he has a right to be if we're being 100 with it. But also he has an air of arrogance that people look at him and say, you shouldn't be that arrogant because you're this. But then when he backs it up with the money, when he backs it up with the sold out concerts, with the stats and his rise, because he didn't come up out of nowhere.
Exactly.
It's been years, right?
Exactly. I like.
I
the
guess
way
people don't
Russ
like that.
Does it? But a lot of people, if you're not
But if you do
confident
that,
in
if you
yourself,
come from the bottom, should you be
can't-
able to? Because Meek does it too. Like if you come from the bottom, you should be
Meek.
able to say like,
Nah, I mean,
You should be able to talk your shit, right, or no?
You should be able to talk your
What
shit.
you think, bro? Because I feel like people, like, it's crazy. I feel like people like the shit talking. They just don't like Russ.
You should be able to talk your
People
mess.
can't take that because they're not that confident in themselves.
That's it. That's
so
it.
his delivery, the way he delivered, he show you like this how much money I'm making. Where yours? And so that
He's
hurts
an
people's
asshole
feelings.
in that way,
I
but people like
that.
it. People like it.
I like it because he's
Yeah.
showing you like, look, I put in the work. Here's the proof.
Yeah.
But people don't like when you show the proof. They don't want you to have evidence of your success.
Yeah.
They just want you to say it so they can say you capping.
Yeah.
But when he show you the check,
And he's
he
not
like,
capping.
He like, this the check. It's been these week 7, week 8. Here go the checks right here.
Good point.
He making $1 million a month off streams.
What do you think, Tobacco? Your music is more. well, it's not similar
Not too
to
many
Russ's,
other artists are
but
making money like that.
because both y'all rap. Your music's more like different. You more like rapping. Like, not that Russ is most lyrical, but he makes good hooks. Do you understand why people don't like Russ?
Do you like
Because a lot of artists don't like him either. Well, yeah, no, a lot of fans do like him, but I don't know. I'm trying
When
to
you
think.
say
Do
not
artists?
like-
I feel like artists fuck with him. I don't know. Do they not like Russ?
Do you like Russ?
Do you like? Yeah.
Are you talking about the music
know.
or the person?
The
'Cause
whole
what-
thing, because to me, it's like this now.
All right.
Like, if I don't like you, I ain't jamming your music.
Tobacco
Unless it just
Ryan.
go extremely hard. But, you know, I feel like a lot of people are like that now.
Do you like Russ Tobacco?
Hey, shout
Tell
out
the
to
truth,
Russ,
man.
That's it.
Shout out to Russ. Shout out to Meek Mill. Shout out to Guap Dad.
Honestly.
Shout out to all of them.
Would you work
Honestly,
with them?
Huh?
Would you work with all three of them?
Shouting them out.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, man. We'll see.
Hey man, hey, he doesn't have an opinion on this one.
I like Russ, man. I like the fact that he
Cool.
proves it.
I think
I
Russ.
feel like he
I
shows
don't know
every
them
artist what it
personally,
can be.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, like, 'cause I don't think on a personal level either. I'm only going off, you know, I feel like people don't like the
Shout
arrogant
out
people.
Academics too. He a legend to me.
How so, though? Because
He
that
changed.
was a conversation, too.
They
What
talked
the
about
dude
it.
Big Bang, shout out Big Bang, Atlanta OG.
Shout out Big Bang,
He asked him, what is
Big Bank.
legacy?
Yeah, what is your legacy gonna be?
What is your legacy going to be? So why do you feel like he's a legend? Because they definitely touched on that
The
one.
same reason Soulja Boy is a legend.
First to do it.
At that level.
Best?
I
Honestly,
can see it, yeah.
Nobody better than
Yeah.
academics right now. Who else
Yeah.
you going to?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you ain't really got to go to him, but
But I'm just saying, like, who else are you looking at?
I mean, and I feel like-
there's nobody else like academics.
Yeah.
No, it's-
'cause he's the
it's a lot of
face, though.
copycats. He's the biggest one for sure.
He's the face.
When I think of like internet blogging, I guess video blogging, yeah, he
he did his thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
face
first one that
Like,
come to mind.
literally clash like
Gonna Triller with it?
news and comedy and like put it together.
Exactly.
Like nobody
Found
was
the
really
lane.
doing that, and yeah, and it worked for him.
Yeah, I like the Soulja Boy comparison because Soulja Boy was probably the first biggest artist on YouTube too. You know what I'm saying? To like just really put his personality out there too, and that's what academics do.
he was the first. You know, Soulja Boy invented blogs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Daily
like
Vlogs is Soulja Boy.
MySpace and, like,
Soulja Boy.
like Soulja Boy
Put it up to
turned
him. He said he
MySpace, like,
invented streaming. He said that's him.
I mean, in a way,
Hey, on God.
And them
He
LimeWire
say he was
days,
doing so
like,
much
Soulja
numbers
Boy.
on YouTube that the labels say, man, we gotta figure out how we gonna get into this.
yeah. Soulja Boy is definitely a legend for sure, 100%.
do you feel like Soulja Boy's y'all artists? Y'all were able to watch this because Soulja Boy, he might just be a couple years older than us. He ain't that much, or maybe 2. Is he,
He might be
underappreciated or is he overrated? And this is coming
I
from
think-
people that come from that era. Like, we all come from that, you know, because it's a debate, just like Bow Wow, but we on Soulja right now.
I think,
brought a Bow Wow.
people who came up in that era appreciates him. Now there might be people that don't even have no idea what Soulja Boy did and they have an opinion. Their opinion don't count. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? The people who was in that era, as far as MySpace, LimeWire, YouTube.
If you know, you know.
If you
Yeah.
know, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just it.
That's real.
Soulja's a legend to me.
He's a legend, hands down.
Now he might not have. He didn't have a graceful, like
Yeah, he
fall.
wasn't no Drake, but
Wasn't a graceful fall off,
when
but I
call-
like Soulja.
When I call
Drake?
somebody a legend, like I think about like
The impact.
the impact and
Yeah.
like,
Huge
if they were
impact.
the first to do it and like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah.
I consider. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's
He
why I
also
say-
had huge success, though.
Put it this way, man. YouTube started in what? 03?
Maybe 04.
04?
I made my YouTube channel in
Soulja
07.
Boy was on YouTube in what?
like 06, 07.
06. He was there. Like, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, and I'm looking at like all these like people that's doing these like dances with their with their homies.
Even the
Soulja Boy
merch,
method?
even the merch,
Soulja
and-
Boy method.
even the merch and making it a movement because he had the
Like
glasses.
the Koreans and stuff.
He had the glasses. He had all that
Yeah.
stuff, bro. Soulja
You're right.
was on
That's
it.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Soulja Boy method.
He had his product.
Yeah, product.
Them lotes with the.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. And he just painted on, hey, bro.
My boy used some white
Boy
out.
painted a
It
joint.
was the thing.
Yeah.
And people was on it.
Yeah.
So
Swag goggles.
that's. Do you feel like? Okay, this is a debate like in music. I was in a room on Clubhouse the other day. It was Jermaine Dupri, a couple people, and they were like, "Why does every artist want to own their masters?" What he was saying was, he was like, a lot of these artists want to own the masters, but most artists are not a businessman to even know how to manipulate the masters or to even like generate money from it. Because you're gonna make money from, basically people sampling your shit, commercials, all that type of stuff. And he was saying like, every artist wants the masters, whereas sometimes the label or these other entities are the ones that actually got the relationship to go in, get the shit going. But it basically came down to like, not every artist is a businessman. Like people just kind of say it because it's kind of became the thing. You got people like Jay-Z. So do y'all feel like a successful artist needs to be a good businessman, or does a successful artist just need to be like, do they need to be a good businessman themselves, or do they just need to be
Depends on
with
what
some
they
people?
want out
Like,
of life,
so it depends on where the trajectory.
basically.
So for y'all,
Yeah.
was that how's that apply to y'all? Like,
Well, to answer your question,
some artists don't want to do the business at all. So that's what I said.
That's why I gotta have a good team.
so I agree with Tobacco when it comes to depends on what you want out of life. Because some people, they have aspirations of ownership, and then they become label owners, they become label heads, and they have their artists underneath them. And then I feel like that also connects to longevity. Because we're still talking about Master P, we're still talking about Jay-Z, we're still talking about Kanye, even though, Kanye is a whole nother thing. But you can't deny Kanye has a good business acumen on him. Even though you might think he's crazy.
He's a billionaire.
He's literally a
all you
billionaire,
need to
right?
know.
Like, yeah, exactly, right?
You don't think it's cap?
I don't think it's cat. I think he's
I
been
think
a
the
billionaire.
Yeezy stuff is.
I don't
worth
think
a
he has a
lot.
billion in the bank
Yeah,
right
liquid,
now, obviously,
Life,
but
money.
He's been a billionaire
I mean, yeah, if
for
you add them two,
probably 2 years.
I think his net worth is.
He said he was a
definitely
billionaire the
billionaire.
last time they assessed it, but they didn't say that.
Yeah.
They put him at like 730.
Yeah,
He said he's been a billionaire.
yeah. So
I can believe it.
I think ownership definitely provides longevity, and it does connect yourself to wanting to have your masters. Now, to answer your question, do people who do artists need to be good business people? Either that, or you have to have the correct team around you that you trust 100% to handle your business, or at least know, 100% of your business. I look at people like Jay-Z, I look at people like, Master P, all the people, Kanye, and all the people that are like label heads, or they have things underneath them and around them that, aside from their music, still generate income for them. And that's definitely where I want to be. That's why I'm diversifying like my talents and stuff, like including film and whatnot, because I do want to get into film as well. I do want to get music intertwined with the film.
Facts.
With that being
That's a smart
said,
move.
I think it's 100% necessary. If you want to be you want to have a long and successful and fruitful career, you got to know the business.
So how y'all feel about people like Lil Wayne? He just sold his masters for over $100 million.
Was that true? I thought that was just a report.
It probably was true, bro.
I literally just had a conversation with some homies on Instagram about that. I think that's him trying to recoup when he goes to jail for his family. Because apparently he's been convicted, right? I don't know if he's going to beat the case, right?
Yeah, I think that's
Logically it makes sense. $100 million for my family for the rest of the time that I'm in jail where I can't make income.
You gotta think about it though, bro. Just because he doesn't own his masters doesn't mean he can't generate money from it. He just can't control, like, if I say I want to go sample a Lil Wayne song,
Yeah.
he don't have no say so. Which is why sometimes you won't, like, you see a lot of artists selling stuff to, like, I can't think of that company's name. So, I mean, but I think some of that is
Yeah.
in there too.
Yeah.
But no, just because he doesn't, like, own it doesn't mean he gonna still get, unless he sold, like, all his publishing or something, he will still get money from it. It's just, if somebody want to sample the
Yeah.
Card 3 and it's, Cheryl Underwood, it don't matter. Whereas you got somebody like, you don't see a lot of people sampling Michael Jackson. Because some artists are like that, though. It's like, I don't want my stuff duplicated. Or it's like, what, Sting, when he sampled the
Oh yeah.
Juice WRLD song, like,
Yeah.
by
Like
him owning everything, like, hey, man, I'm just give me 85, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever he took, easy.
I even thought 100 mil was a low ball for his masters.
Yeah, that's what the
That's
conversation.
ridiculous.
Because Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
it wasn't just Taylor Swift stuff that sold. It was the whole Big Machine label for like 300 million. You know, but it is pop music though. You got to keep in mind,
That's a
pop music
different-
does
yeah.
tend to sell way more.
Yeah.
But I thought it was low. I mean, I don't think the 100 million number is accurate. I think it probably is a little bit more than that. But you know, I thought it was I don't want to say a surprising move, but I was just like, dang, man, you know. But also, Wayne has never shown like the Jay-Z type of mindset.
Right.
You don't
He
think
got
so?
the Young Money. I mean,
He hasn't.
because Jay-Z like
Drake, Nicki
He
Minaj.
didn't. That
on
wasn't-
that level, yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, like in terms of like of it being a Lil Wayne venture, when Drake started his on OVO is a part of Warner Brothers, not Cash Money. So it was a Drake move, not just Drake. You know, it's Drake, 40, Future, his DJ Future, and his Oliver, which is the one that did all the branding.
Yeah.
So it's not just a Drake move, but
Yeah.
you see, he didn't put it under Cash Money.
And with Young Money, I think Wayne was just a face. Did you
Wasn't
you
a
watch
face,
the interview?
It was
with,
a 51-49. Now he on all of it though.
You watched the interview with Jay Prince, right? When he was talking about how that whole thing got conceived. He
I mean-
said that it was his idea, but with Young Money. And he
I don't
said
know, bro.
that, of course, they met with Wayne and they made it happen. So he didn't necessarily say like, oh, that was something just Wayne just wanted to do this, but it was something that
Oh, okay.
You know,
it's
Like
pretty much
that's
saying
most
Wayne
ideas
wasn't-
though. Most ideas
he
just
wasn't thinking
grow
that way.
into. You know, they just
But I don't
kinda
think
evolve.
Wayne has ever.
I mean,
Wayne is a different type of dude. I mean, you see it in the different comments he make. Like he not even thinking about stuff like that. I don't think his mind is on that. I think he's just like living
I
life.
give Wayne credit for Young Money. Without Wayne,
Without
without
Wayne, there's no Young Money. But I'm just saying he's like
Oh,
he
hell,
just,
Wayne,
He's
man.
not that type of person to just think about business. I don't think.
Maybe he is though.
what about Truck Fit?
These are things
He
he
did
wanted.
definitely
These
do truck
are
fit.
things he just wanted to do. I feel like.
But that's
and when you
business,
got
though.
money, you just do them.
It's business.
You
though.
see what I'm saying?
Okay, so
It's
you don't.
more of a hobby.
So you
not
think
like a
because-
like Young Money. I think Truck Fit was a hobby because he just wanted to learn how to
Start
skateboard.
skating,
And he's
yeah.
like, "Look, I'm gonna do this too.
Okay.
and I can make money. Let me do it."
But don't you think that's a something
that's
about his
business.
business acumen?
I think you.
I
I think.
think
so. I think so.
I think you. For me to feel that way, I think he would really have to be like.
He
on
has to
this
make-
Jay-Z
You think a
stuff.
businessman
So
got to
that's
be
to
like
make a
Jay Z
lot
and I
more.
got 10 different businesses?
Yeah,
I don't think he
No,
got to do
not
that.
10 different businesses, but stuff you like actually behind. I feel like Wayne think about it and that's it.
Okay, what
He was
are the
behind
things?
Truck Fit, though.
What are the things that Jay-Z's behind that we can count, that we can see visibly?
I give
You
him
got-
Rock Nation.
you got Rock
But see, when
Nation,
people give
you
him
got
Rock Nation,
Tidal.
we got to give Live Nation.
Okay.
That's a 50-50. That means Live Nation, touring company, which is smart
Yeah.
move on Jay-Z part.
Yeah.
You can keep your artists on tour.
Yeah.
That's a 50-50 stake. You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay.
real business.
Yeah.
Not no 100% Jay-Z move. But people attribute it to just Jay-Z.
What about Tidal?
I think Jay-Z's on another level when it comes to business. To be honest,
Yeah,
I think
he-
it might be hard.
I feel like Master P like
yeah,
multiplied.
it might be a little
I
bit
like
better
what
hard.
he's doing now.
Yeah.
I like what he's doing business wise. That's the only thing we're not even gonna get into that. But that's what I like Jay Z for, business.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jigga,
artists,
man.
I don't really listen to Jay Z.
Oh, okay.
That's just me.
I feel like he
mean-
says some good stuff all the time, but he don't be jamming just all the time like that.
Okay.
But he got a bunch of jams, so it's like a
yeah.
because he got plenty of like jams.
They
I
talk
don't know.
about Jay-Z right now. What's going
No,
on?
I just said for me, like I don't. Jay Z's not.
That's
my
blasphemy in hip hop, bro.
It's not
I mean,
blasphemy. It's all
It
opinion.
kind of
I'm
is,
just playing,
unfortunately.
yeah.
It's not. It people.
A lot of
seem
people
as
don't
it is.
feel like he don't have replay value, and I understand why. But like
Yeah.
lyrically,
He got
I
a couple
feel like-
music that's timeless though.
I
Like,
was around when his music was coming out. I just didn't listen to it.
You wasn't feeling it.
It's just not for me, bro.
He has some bangers though.
I agree. I'm not the
Yeah,
biggest.
it's
Jay-Z
music
fan.
is subjective anyway. So
Yeah,
I think
of course,
just because you
yeah.
don't like somebody's music doesn't mean like, oh,
Yeah.
you know.
Excuse me.
I
what's
still see
your
what he
name?
does for the culture.
Him
don't-
and Pharrell's run was
Yeah.
pretty legendary. I give him that. Like I feel like that's Jay Z's biggest, I guess, hits.
Uh huh.
As far as like, I'm like, damn, Jay Z. You know, then you of course you got the Empire State of Mind that
Yeah.
way. But when him and Pharrell was just fronting, he was. Yeah, he was on front. Hey, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
he
lie, that
was
was my
front, yeah.
hey. That was one of my favorite songs back in the
Yeah.
day. Shout out to Pharrell. Actually, that was one of my favorites right there,
Yeah,
man.
Pharrell had a big impact on a lot of
Pharrell,
people's
man.
careers.
Wait, before we
Pharrell
get into
doing his
that,
thing too. Human Race.
I do. Oh, I love Pharrell as well. But you say you don't really like Jay-Z.
Well, I said as an artist, I just don't listen to his music.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, cause he's on the Mount Rushmore of hip hop for a lot of people, right?
Facts.
Yeah,
like
for
one
a
of the
lot
goats.
people. But I think a lot of people just follow a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they just say the same thing.
I
somebody
agree.
else saying.
So I'm about to say something that might be controversial
Yeah,
as
go
well.
ahead.
I'm not a big fan of Nas.
Me either.
I don't think Nas I think Nas is overrated.
Do you agree that he had one of the best diss records ever come out though?
I don't think he's
I
don't-
overrated, but
I don't be jamming
A
Nas
lot
like
of-
that. But if I ask my cousin, who like
See, some
2 or
people-
3 years older than me,
Yeah,
man,
they'll
hey,
get on
he
my
say, I'm
neck
asleep.
for that.
this is the thing. So for so long, New York ran like hip hop, and so people feel strongly, and they gonna put Jay-Z or Nas or somebody like that on their Mount Rushmore. When all actuality, like, come
Who's
on,
on the
man.
Mount Rushmore, man?
For me,
Who's
Yeah.
on the Mount Rushmore?
I wouldn't
I
even
put
make.
Jay-Z on
I
there.
can't even
And
make a Mount
and I don't
Rushmore.
even
I put
listen.
Jay-Z
I'm
on
not the
there. I put
biggest
Jay-Z
Jay-Z
on
fan
mine.
like that, but I give him that.
Same.
I'm gonna give him that.
I don't listen to it. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't
Okay.
have a Mount
I'm gonna give him
Rushmore
that
for
just off
hip-hop.
his accomplishments
But
alone.
as far as
and
who I
having his
listen
too.
to, he's not one of them. Neither is Nas. I don't really listen to any New York. I don't listen to any New York artists. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, where? Not even Pop Smoke?
No.
Okay.
You put me on Pop Smoke.
I let him listen to a song. I let him listen to a song.
Hey, man, send me that Welcome to the Park. I'm like,
Yeah,
that
I let him
was
listen
it,
to a
bro.
song. But I also told him I ain't really like the song. but
It was
the thing
different.
is,
It was different. I ain't
With
gonna lie.
Pop Smoke, I think with him, his fandom or stardom really came after he died. Most of it, because they
Majority of
ain't
it, yeah.
stopped playing the album since. Like, it's just going, bro. So
Get
that's
ready for it to
marketing.
stop,
They
yeah.
got people listening to his music.
Yeah.
People wasn't
How'd
messing
you
with his
find
music.
Welcome to the Party then? Because I just know you
Bro,
sent it to me.
I
but
heard
where
that.
did you hear it from?
Academics.
I feel like it eventually would have went there though.
Academics
so.
gave me that. It could have eventually went there, but as far as his
We don't
style, that drill style is cool. But for me,
feel like he was-
I just feel like that's lazy.
Bro, he was
music.
50 Cent on drill beats.
That's
Can
what
you
he
imagine?
said.
He
I
say that.
think
That's what he
his
be
son.
telling me.
I think that's his son. I ain't no lie
Hey.
to you.
They look
Look
similar, I don't
alike,
know.
sound exactly
Sounding
alike.
like
It's interesting.
he just
I'm
on
talking
drill.
exactly alike. 50 decided to do the project for him after he passed. I said, I don't know.
That's too much power, man.
Bro. That ain't got nothing to do with power, man.
That's too much power.
But for me, it just they just look. I've always said that they look
Yeah, no,
identical
he
to me.
definitely
It
said
is,
that from
yeah.
the very beginning of the
Seriously,
Pop Smoke
like,
era.
look identical. They sound the exact
There's some
same.
50 Cent in
Same
Like
last name too,
like
right?
even on this new album, a lot of it sound like 50. Like a lot of it
That was his mentor. He definitely
sound like his father. Like
No, I mean,
it's that close, bro. Like when
Yeah.
you be
Hey.
hearing it, you be like, "Is this 50 or is this
50?
Pop Smoke?"
yeah,
Like
It's
it
similar.
sound like him, man.
yeah.
But
RP Pop
yeah,
Smoke,
as far
man.
as New York artists, like New York is just big. So anything done in New York gets amplified. Like there's a lot of New York artists out right now that I don't think are very good, but they
Like who?
big. Like Lil TJ, I don't think he's that
I
good.
forget Ace Boogie. Nah,
A Boogie, he got a huge
Bro, it's
fan
crazy
base.
because people love A Boogie though.
Cause he from New York.
Like,
That's
this
the
dude
only
get-
reason.
when they talk about, they like,
they
man,
push
I-
that
yeah, like,
stuff.
yeah, New York-
Somebody said,
New
man, A
York,
Boogie had a great year. I was
listen to
like,
New York support.
He did have a good year.
I was like, what? I thought his album
streaming
came out
wise.
last year.
He had a great year streaming.
Like the
wise.
year. Bro, people
Even
be
this
saying
year,
that
his
about A
album's
Boogie.
still been on the charts, but it's because he's from New York.
Yeah,
I feel like that
the
definitely
only
helps.
reason.
they love
It helps.
themselves in New
The
York.
only reason, bro. You
High
can't
Bridge.
tell me a Lil TJ song, a Boogie song. Like
I know Lil TJ song.
you
Lil
just
TJ.
can't, bro. But they
Yo,
up there
yeah.
as far as New York. They
I give it to
love-
A Boogie.
They lift
New
everybody.
York. I don't know, but I could think a Lil TJ. I think he had a song Polo G, but I can't remember the name of the song. Oh, it's
Shout
we
out
hop
Polo
out
G
the.
because he hard. I like Polo G.
You like Polo G?
I like Polo.
I feel like you like the Southern people. You like the Southern.
Polo
rappers
G from
more.
what?
Chicago.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
he
tripping.
Midwest.
Okay,
but
so,
he good though.
So
He,
I
he
like
sound like a
Polo.
more lyrical Chief Keef. That's the vibe I get when he talk from his
I like
cadence
Polo
and
G.
his
Have I heard
delivery.
of Polo
And
G
drill
song?
music, drill music is growing on me.
Okay.
Drill music is a vibe.
It
It's
is a
just
vibe.
violent.
It's growing on
It
me.
definitely is a turn up
It's
party.
so violent.
Like what y'all think about Fabio Foreign? Because he another New York artist that's always getting played in playlists.
Yeah, he is big.
What y'all think about his music?
I don't listen to none of these guys.
That's what I'm saying. But Fabio is big.
But that's
You know what I'm
not
saying?
good. I just don't
I'm
listen.
not saying he's not good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like their music is just not for me.
I think
But
New
it's
York
not for
does
me
amplify.
either.
If you,
But
because
they
it's
big.
like if you can get to the,
if Fabio
level,
was
yeah, he would
anywhere
definitely
else,
get
he would
amplified.
not
New
be on
York.
the radio.
you mean if he was from somewhere else?
Yes. If he wasn't from New York, he wouldn't be on the
I
radio.
mean,
I don't know about that one.
Rocky.
He wouldn't have made it to the radio. How would he get there? What connection?
man, who was that? You like? So how do you feel? Like, all right, man, you mentioned ASAP, man.
ASAP,
Oh.
it's another one.
Is ASAP overrated?
Is ASAP overrated?
Do you think being from New York amplified his?
Who overrated him?
I'm just posing a question.
Uh,
Is he
Say that,
overrated?
man.
I don't think nobody overrated him. So how can he be overrated?
Is he a great
Does
artist?
he still make music? It's a serious question.
Testing came out 2 years ago, right?
Testing was actually one of my favorite.
Why did you?
A$AP
Okay.
Rocky
Why'd you like that?
projects.
What you like about
I
that?
ain't really care for his previous projects. If I'm being real, I ain't become a fan of ASAP until Testing.
All right,
And I'm
yeah.
What
being
you like
real.
about it? Testing.
Bro,
Because
he
I've been
took-
hearing that thing a lot.
He
So-
probably gonna say the same thing I told
Let's
you.
see, man. Let's.
A$AP Rocky went full balls to the wall experimental on Testing.
Thank you.
See,
I
but you
think-
make experimental music, so I can see you identifying with that. Because I listen to
Yeah.
your music, it sounds like you in that hole and say, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to just do whatever I want, but I'm make it sound good.
Yeah.
I don't get those vibes from ASAP.
You don't.
But he
listen
did it
to
on
A$AP.
Testing though.
I've heard a couple of his songs, but I've heard I praise the Lord, my soul to keep. I praise the Lord. I heard this song before.
That was like the most like.
Wait, what is it
So that's his
called?
radio song.
What's it called?
I like his fashion more than the music, bro. But at the same time, I come from the era, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We from U of H 2011. I remember when Pesos and them songs blew up.
Yeah.
I remember when the wave was coming. So like,
Yeah.
I like it because when I seen the ASAP Mob, I ain't gonna lie, it's just like Young Money. It was Young Money times 2.
Uh-huh.
It made me. I need my own ASAP Mob.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
mindset, you know, same thing. Master P with No Limit. That mindset has never left me since. If anything, it just reconfirmed. Yeah, we need a big movement. We got to be a wave. I like his swag, but.
He's
Based on
big.
what they saying, I need to listen to Testing
He's
because
big
Bro,
because
I'm
he's from
unconvinced,
New
but
York.
that's going to convince me, right?
Did you
New
not?
York helps a lot of people, bro.
Oh, for sure. For
It does
sure.
help you get on initially,
From Houston when he first came out.
No, I
Mm-hmm.
never
He
thought
did.
it.
Yeah.
but he had
A lot
the
of people.
demeanor. Like if you never saw him,
Yeah. The
Oh,
chopped
no,
and screwed, the purple. The purple joint, yeah.
everything is purple.
You know, their voices are a lot higher out that way.
Rocky.
I mean,
so like,
I watched the
I
interview
can
with Lil
tell
Flip.
when
Lil
somebody's
Flip thought
from
he
Houston.
was from Houston. And Lil Flip is Houston.
No,
And
he
he
sounded
he
Houston.
thought he was ASAP.
Once you
Rocky
seen
was
the image,
He
yeah,
might have
it
been
was
on
New York
some
all
lean or
day.
something, man. You know, it blur your perception. Nah, but I think like New York,
We
it
gonna listen to
definitely
Testing after
helps
this.
a lot of people being from New York.
Oh, for
and
sure.
the same from
There's infrastructure there.
Cali. Like, it helps.
100%.
helps.
Yeah. I think geographically where you're located does help, but
It helps.
at
Where
the
are the
end-
labels?
At the end of the day, we still have the leverage of the internet.
You do now.
The internet then leveled
You
out
have
the
it
playing
now.
field.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have it now. You
Yeah.
ain't always have it when
You
these
ain't have it
start
now, yeah.
popping.
Yeah.
No, when they had it, we was they big part of why they popped is because of the internet.
ASAP.
Yes,
sure.
he didn't pop. It was the internet.
The videos, the fact that you thought you didn't think so, but everybody else thought he was from Houston. Yeah, like it.
Bro, they popped at the
it was in
Tumblr
that.
era. You got to think about
They
it, bro.
videos made you think Houston though?
No,
No, the
not
visual
videos.
shows the visual says New York all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It was a
says
sound.
I'm in
Yeah,
Soho.
they had
It was a sound.
A lot of Houston aesthetic in their videos.
The purple? One of the videos was straight purple.
True,
Yeah,
true,
they-
true.
Grills,
Yeah.
the trill on the hat. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Yeah.
Because
The
Ben Trill,
purple-
right?
So they were
purple-
influenced a lot by Houston. They just took it. But see,
Yeah.
because they in New York, it went. A lot of Houston artists can't even make it
Ain't that
because they ain't
That's
got them
that's the
labels
crazy
behind
part.
Ain't that
'cause it is
crazy?
true.
Yeah, and I mean, and they
crazy.
had like Memphis. They did a lot of Memphis stuff too in their music. Like,
See, Memphis is a place like
Memphis got it.
yeah, because that's where
Yeah,
like I
see,
would sleep on Memphis a lot, but
Memphis
me and my
got it.
partner
well,
DJ
'cause
talk about
Tennessee
that a
is, like,
lot.
music.
It's a music
Capital for
company.
the
All
for
types
country,
of
right?
music.
Yeah.
Memphis, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the biggest music schools out there. I don't think they cater to hip hop music, but it's it's
Hey,
out there.
Memphis got them. Memphis remind me a lot of Dallas.
That's what a lot of people say.
But I would say this: Memphis artists, like, of course, it's all trap right now as far as hip hop goes, but it go, and it's because they really doing it.
Who's out there in Memphis?
Dudes do.
Dolph, Gotti,
Oh,
Dudes do.
yeah.
What's that dude name?
You had wasn't Project Pat from Memphis?
Yeah.
All
Dude,
them.
JB. Oh, 3 6
oh,
Mafia.
he's from Memphis too.
Yeah, 3-6
You know
Mafia,
that?
I didn't
Right
know
on
about
Shelby
that.
Drive. Look
Project
alive.
Pat before it said anything.
Block Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Crunchy Black? Nah, just hold 3 6 Mafia.
Nah, for sure.
Low key 3 6 Mafia running the rap game.
Yeah. No, they got a lot of
Sound?
influence
True,
right
true.
now.
Yeah, they do.
DJ Paul.
Come
Juicy
on,
J
bro.
still hot.
Juicy
He
J
had a
still
long
producing
career.
now.
Hey.
Got it going.
It's that longevity,
He
right?
just
just-
had good things about his album. His last album he just put out.
He just put it out. I ain't listened to it yet, but he been producing. I've been hearing his tag a lot. So he out here, and ain't he a VP at Columbia now?
Did he announce something like
That's
that? I remember I thought he
wild.
was beefing with Columbia.
He was, but he was already the VP up there or some up there in some situation.
Can't say I would be
But he
surprised,
started
bro.
beefing with him for some reason, but then they apologized and he took it down. Or they gave him that bag and he took it down.
Leverage.
Yeah, they fixed something,
Okay.
man.
But yeah, he with Columbia, and see he another one that business mind,
How do y'all
and he
feel
doing
about-
a little bit of everything.
He is, especially with producing. How do you, as like independent artists, how y'all feel about collaborating with other artists? Like, other artists that are underground? how has that like? What's been y'all experience? Collaborating with underground artists. We ain't talking about nobody big. You know what I'm saying? Just strictly underground. What's the experience like?
I mean, I feel like it has to be beneficial with both artists for it to make sense.
What would be the perfect scenario for beneficial? Like if somebody wants to get a song
like
with
if I go
Tobacco
to your
Rhyme.
page and I see that you like doing all the right things, like I can't. You can't ask me for a feature, and your page don't even show that you're an artist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I say it has to be beneficial. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you paying, then of course I'm not gonna turn it down. But then again, I might. Just depends. But
Depends how you feeling.
I feel like it has to be beneficial, bro. Like it come a point like if this is my career, it has to be beneficial for both of us. You know what I'm saying? It can't be one way. That's
Makes
my
sense.
take on it.
Yeah.
What you think?
I totally agree. Beneficial on both ends. You definitely want to look for an artist that kind of fits your mold, but I do like when artists make music with people that aren't necessarily in their world, but they make something that allows for both of their sounds to like synergize. So yeah, it's always a strategic move, honestly. If it's not like one of your guys, if it's not one of your homeboys that you already make music with, or already have that kind of chemistry with, yeah, if it's somebody outside of that, then you definitely want to make sure that's mutually beneficial. So yeah.
What's been the biggest challenge being an artist in 2020 with the coronavirus? I've been an underground independent artist.
Doing live shows, cause I don't live shows where it's just like
Yeah, I would say the live
just dried
shows
up.
and getting out there. And
Yeah.
especially just like I feel like off the momentum of my last project, like the plan kind of got shifted. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it was just like, alright, time to like go, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like go out there and like
Match the gas.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we can do it on like social media, but I feel like when you in people's faces, it kind of go a long way. And like a lot of opportunities kind of got like pushed in the background due to like COVID. But
Yeah.
and then, but at the same time, it kind of was a eye opener because it also made you like, okay, now I have to think on a different level, a different scheme.
You gotta
Now
take
you
it
have
take
to,
it to
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta like know how to like do a live show. Now you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like now you gotta figure out these different marketing tactics to, you know, now you gotta like conquer the internet, you know what I'm saying? So it plays both ends for sure.
Do you feel like it was any well, I guess that would be a pro, forcing you to think on a higher level. Any other benefits in terms of like for your like artistry or like? Because definitely, I think the shows.
I ain't gonna lie, I started producing. Once quarantine started, I was like, let me pick up on something new. Now that I got the time to do it, and I just started, you know what I'm saying, messing around with FL Studio.
Expanding
the whole project off of it. You know? So.
Yeah, that's key. I think having more time to work on your skills and pick up new skills. Speaking of producers, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of producers were just giving out free packs, bro. Like free sample packs, free like, they were just throwing them out on the time. I have like probably like 5 free sample packs from producers. They're like, oh, for COVID, or you know what I'm saying, here's a sample
Bless
pack.
the game.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, a lot of people are really like tapping in with each other a lot more than, you know what I'm saying, normal, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like and this on the outside looking in, I think that it's like an incubation period where y'all can work on your craft, just build up your catalog of music and be ready to put it out.
Exactly.
When you know, when things kind of pan out, then y'all can drop it and you're like, dang.
Yeah.
And they've been working. And that's what I expect from a lot of local acts, but also the mainstreams. I expect the same thing. Like I expect Drake to come with something. I hope Kendrick is coming with something.
Kendrick was already shooting videos, right? Definitely.
Hope he coming with something. I want to see it.
Just building it up.
I hate when people go away for 3 years. I want, come on. I want to see it, bro. Because now there's like, what have you been doing? There's a lot of stuff slowed down. So hopefully you're doing this. As a fan, I want to see the music. Like we've been waiting for everybody. Not just them,
Artists don't
not just the
care.
top 3, but we've been waiting.
You said artists don't care?
Nah, not top tier artists.
Drake cares.
Artists just solidified. No,
Drake
I don't think
cares.
Drake
That's
cares.
Drake's brand.
Yeah,
To be
exactly.
consistent.
Consistent. Yeah.
But that's who he is
The
also.
Rihanna's, the
He
Drake,
made that
the
his
Rihanna's,
brand.
the
though.
Kendricks, the Frank Oceans, all of them. Bro.
Put Frank in a category with them?
No.
We not gonna
With
have
Kendrick?
I bet you do.
Yeah,
You-
why not?
do it, bro.
With Kendrick? Frank Ocean?
Frank
Yes.
is with Kendrick and Rihanna. Oh, how? Explain this one.
Wait, what? Are we talking about this right now?
Yeah, come on.
Why
hear
is
this.
Frank in the same
Yes.
With
air?
Kendrick Lamar and Rihanna.
I done had this discussion with him, man. Good luck.
Are we talking about like artistry or are we
It's
talking
just your
about?
opinion. I just whole nine. Because when I think of, I'm thinking. But just for you though, why is he
Brand.
there?
And this is the thing with Rihanna. We know what Rihanna's doing. She businesses.
Running it up.
Yeah.
Running it up out here. No,
Yeah.
it's, we can
Shout out to
we can
Rihanna,
say
man.
okay,
and
music's
she already
not
got
her
about 8
focus.
albums in, so you gotta.
And we can
Rihanna
say
did the
music
work.
is not her focus right now. She doing this. We see it. And Kendrick, he actually doing stuff too with PF Lang, or is it PF Lang
Baby
or PK
King,
Lang?
Baby
So
King
we see
running
what
the street.
he's
Well,
doing.
Maybe not running the streets, but
on
Baby
the
King
side.
getting talked about.
So he's doing something, even though he usually takes some years
So
anyway.
you saying
for
because we
projects.
don't know?
What is Frank doing right now?
Probably having coffee, minding his business,
Yeah, just probably living
Not
life.
making music
Riding
for his
the bike.
fans.
I mean,
recording.
That's what I'm saying.
but the thing
Morning
about
his
Frank,
vlog.
Can't put him in the same sentence with these. And they're legends. He not legends.
Frank is not a legend.
Let's talk about it.
Yo, tell us why. I just want to know.
Hey man,
What?
hey, I'm with you, bro.
Bro, what?
I want to.
with
Let's
you,
talk
man.
about it, man.
Put it into words.
So what do you think Channel Orange is?
It was
A
a
good
good album.
project.
Just a solid
It's a
album.
good album. I actually enjoyed it.
He won a
Pyramids
Grammy.
is one of my
He
favorite
won a
songs.
Grammy. Did he win a Grammy?
That's good. A lot of people win Grammys.
Oh,
I think it. I think
That's
it,
cool.
It did win a Grammy.
There's people that win Grammys
That was a
all
beef
the
between
time,
Chris
and
Brown
people
and-
say,
Yeah,
"Why did they
yeah.
win a Grammy?" So that doesn't matter to me.
That's true.
And supposedly in the hip hop industry, y'all don't care about Grammys. So why y'all care about it when Frank win one?
Because it's Frank.
I'm
No,
just saying,
Let me
man.
just say this.
Bro,
Okay,
I'm dead.
The
Frank.
fact that we don't win and
Yeah.
he finally got. Hey man, come on. Man.
Yeah, true.
I don't know, man.
I think
Over
Frank.
Chris Brown. Come on, man. Over
we're
the
talk-
King.
That was blasphemy, man.
That was his debut
Exactly.
album. The
Blasphemy.
single was a 9-minute song with
Hey,
John
man.
Mayer. Was John Mayer on that?
What do you think impacted his win, though? Do you feel like it was the music alone?
Yeah, it was the songwriting.
I see where you're trying to go.
Was it?
Yeah,
It was songwriting.
Y'all know.
R&B album.
It's
That's what
because
I'm
he was the
saying.
first to come out like that.
What do you mean first to come out? Oh, like just those little things that he did, like the Pyramids single and all that.
I like Pyramids. They're very beautiful.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, are we talking about him being
Hey,
a bisexual
bro.
man?
Yeah.
So you think that helped?
I
But
feel
that was
it had an
before.
influence.
Wait,
was like
Channel
2 years
Orange won a
before.
Grammy before he even said anything about his sexuality.
Bruh, no way.
Yeah, it did.
No, because what he did was he went on Tumblr. PSA album came out like 2 days later. So it's crazy to say that
Oh,
don't
wait,
affect
wait,
nothing.
wait. No,
it was
you
smart,
are
but it was
right.
real too. 'Cause it's him. It was real though.
You're right, actually. Yeah,
But I'm not
knocking
Forrest
the
Gump was
Grammys,
tripping.
but-
Yeah, they were
Alright,
tripping off
so-
Forrest
Grammys are
Gump.
cool.
But does that take away from the
Yeah,
music?
Grammys are cool.
That's the thing, though. If we being real,
His
it
music
does-
was good.
does it- if we being
John,
real,
Which
why
Chris
is
Brown's
Frank-
album came
take
out?
away
Why is
from
Frank
the
a legend?
music, bro.
Frank is
Why
a
is he
legend
a legend?
because he ushered a new sound, and there's so many artists that we can point
Name
to.
at least 2
He ushered a new sound.
that fit in this new sound that he. So I can like see if
Channel
I'm
Orange
following
was a
you.
new sound, bro.
Okay,
Come on, look at it.
Come
Let
on,
me
man.
let me not-
What
It gotta
nobody
come from
make
your
no R&B
head.
album like
Okay,
Channel
so-
Orange?
2 artists that come from
know,
this.
man.
Come on,
I
man.
have
Read
one-
the blogs, man.
There's
They
been
call- they
a
say he
ton
was the
of
artist the
R&B
decade,
artists,
man.
and
Come
he's
on,
not
man.
the artist of a decade.
I have one
Never has
off the
been.
top of my
You
head.
said he
right
put in a
now,
new sound.
but I want
He ushered in a
to-
new sound that
Artist of
other
the
artists
decade?
did. Give me 2 artists that.
No, not artist, album. Blonde won album of the decade.
What? Wasn't even a good album.
I expect that
That's
from you.
that's nuts.
I expect that from you.
I'm
Album
still
of
waiting
the-
for these 2 artists that fit in this
I
new
have
sound
Watch
he
this, watch
created.
this, watch this.
Yeah.
Who are your top 3 artists right now?
Top
Drake,
3?
Who else? Drake.
Top 3?
Like
Yeah.
the top 3 people you listen to.
Oh, I
Drake,
listen to Lil Baby number 1.
Lil Baby is
and
hard.
You're talking about artists I
right
listen
there.
to
I don't
on a
expect you-
daily.
I don't
Okay,
expect
okay.
you to
If Frank
say Blonde
Ocean
a
is in
good
your
album.
top 3,
I don't expect you to say Blonde is a good album. if
Blonde
you listen
wasn't
to
a good
Lil
album.
Baby every day.
Blonde wasn't a good
Period.
album. Our album of the decade?
They put it.
That's
on.
a lot
They
to
said
say, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Blonde album of the
Blunt, album of the
A
decade,
decade.
bro. That's a lot. That's a lot.
You know how many
But wait a
people-
minute, John.
Come on, man.
I need 2 artists that will fit under this sound.
The
Because
decade.
I feel like legends do new stuff.
You thought it was album
Give
of
me
the
2
decade?
artists that he
I
ushered in.
did. Well, no, it was a tie between that and Dark Twisted Fantasy for me.
And you put that over Dark Twisted
I ain't
Fantasy.
say I put it over. I said a tie.
Bro, that's crazy because
Shouldn't
that
even
album
be in the
came
same
out so long
conversation
ago.
as Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay, do you know Choker?
Oh,
Who?
man.
Do you know Choker?
No, you don't know. Chuck.
Nah,
Man,
so
come on,
who was
man.
that? Okay, that's one. I'm gonna write them down though. Give me somebody else. When you say people took the sound, right?
Aaron Ray.
Yeah, but these are people who.
Come on, man. You interviewed him. You should know.
I'm saying you said a new sound.
No,
None
okay.
of these people are up like that.
No, but here's-
So I feel like a new sound takes the game by storm. You feel me? To where it's truly
Yeah.
impactful.
No, there's
I
a
ain't
lot.
saying you said
There's a
Bro,
lot of.
R&B,
Give me one
bro,
person.
R&B before Channel Orange was totally different.
What was it? Give me an example.
What?
What you mean? Example for what?
An example of a song that's a good representation of where R&B was prior to this. So maybe that'd be easier for people to
Wet
see
the
that.
Bed by Chris Brown.
So you basically what you're trying to say is what y'all are trying to get at is that
R&B was known
You feel
for
like he-
sexy.
It still is.
It is.
It
still on
is,
that.
but
What
until
y'all are
Frank
saying-
dropped
Not
Channel
as
Orange,
much,
now
yeah.
people can make different
I
kind
get
of
what y'all
R&B.
saying.
Yeah.
Finally, I get what you're saying. What you're trying to say is he ushered in alternative R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Subgenre.
Yes.
Yeah, you said a long time ago.
That's
I
what it
understand
is.
that, but
That's what he
you're
is.
saying when you say Frank impacted it, no, I didn't get that. But if you say he ushered in alternative R&B,
But he ushered in a new
R&B.
subgenre that's
It's a new
impacting.
R&B.
subgenre,
Like,
I can give
Is
it
that okay? Developing a new sound. Is that not?
I feel like Drake ushered that in, honestly.
Huh?
Yeah.
But you know, Fonte did all that before he came through,
They
right?
called that hip hop and R&B.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is I feel like Drake ushered in alternative.
I'm gonna have to go back and do some
Look at
research.
Bryson Tiller.
No.
But we
Alternative
put
Drake-
We put Drake up there. We not
Okay.
taking nothing from Drake.
Like Drake ushered in like alternative rap.
He did that too.
Not.
I give the Weeknd. If we're gonna give it to Frank, you're gonna have to put Weeknd in that box too, because that's really a combination of both. And
But
when I think of the way R&B sounds right now,
Yeah, there's
So-
no box if you're talking
No,
about
but
the
it's-
weekend.
instrumentals.
No, it's different sound. It's different sound.
Subgenre. Alternative R&B to me is non-traditional R&B where they, different type of shit. It's-
Okay, can we talk about the-
Weeknd
can we talk about the
and
content,
Frank.
though?
We gotta push it to Weeknd's Weeknd.
Can we talk about the
maybe
content
Frank-
though?
Weekend's the bigger artist.
Of course, the Weeknd's a bigger artist, but can we talk about the content though? Because that's where it diverges. The Frank is much more introspective. The Weeknd is drugs, sex, and women.
R&B.
But that is interesting.
But so if you're gonna talk about, I hear what you're saying, but if you're gonna talk about how somebody changed the landscape of a entire genre, we're gonna talk about things where the artist started talking about things that weren't talked about before them. So if we're talking about the Weeknd, he was doing the same thing, but it was just on an acid
When it
trip.
comes to being a musical genius, the Weeknd don't measure up to Frank Ocean being a musical genius.
I agree.
When you listen to Blonde,
I agree, bro.
when you listen to Blonde
That's very
and the
subjective.
techniques, when you listen to Blonde and the techniques of that album,
Is that not the engineer? I just want to know.
Got a good ass point.
So
right
I'm
there.
not
The
going.
engine, is that all just Frank Ocean or is it?
But it's
I say
Frank's
Frank Ocean
right
ideas.
there.
It's
I
Frank's
say it's a lot-
ideas though.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
But hey, give the producer, get the engineer some
Hey,
credit
and
too.
hey.
We gonna say this?
Yeah,
It's
we'll give
all
him credit.
We giving the
We'll give him
engineer
credit.
We give engineer credit
Did
too.
Frank make all the beats?
He is a producer. He does
composed
produce.
a lot of it. He composed and constructed a lot of it. Come on,
Are people
bro.
listening to those beats without Frank
But see,
on
this
it?
is the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
listen to no beats without Frank unless it's
Hey.
Kanye, man.
Whoa.
That's it.
Yeah.
I want to take it that way.
Damn it.
I like how y'all
I see what
passionate
y'all
about Frank
saying.
Ocean.
Now this is a much better season.
But he definitely played a role in
Clubhouse
alternative.
argument
For
was
sure.
much different. You put it into a different perspective.
There was a
I give
Clubhouse?
it to- Yeah, you got. Hey, make sure y'all join the Clubhouse because it be jumping.
That was a good point
You
of
put
view.
in Weeknd Frank. Now I can kind of see what you've been trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that
but
now. I'm looking at the
we
landscape.
never said that Frank was, you know what I'm saying, like Drake.
Well, you
and-
said he was a legend.
He is
He
a legend.
is. Can we not say that legends
Because,
change
bro,
things
because,
afterwards?
Like, we're talking about because look, bro. People would say Soulja Boy is a legend for what he did, right? You're a legend for what
so you
you
believe that you
did.
don't have to be the undisputed legend. A group of people could just think of you as a legend.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
No, but there's factual evidence that
Yeah, bro. Like,
Soulja Boy and Frank did things to change the game afterwards, which will make them automatically
like,
legends,
he-
regardless of what you think
he's
about them.
musical
All
genius.
right, all
It's
right.
up there, but I don't know.
I'm not gonna
No,
argue it. I'm
it's
not gonna
crazy,
argue it,
it's
but I
crazy
understand
because
it.
like all the
Yeah, I
people,
understand.
all the people that we were talking about in discussions, like Jay-Z and Kanye, but they put Frank on that pedestal as musical genius. And these are,
Jay-Z say Frank's a musical genius. Now, have I seen him collaborate?
come on,
with
bro,
him? Yes.
go watch the Beyonce interview when Jay-Z was in the car and he turned on Frank. She
Did he
said,
say
"Who
that
is
he's a
this?"
musical genius?
Huh?
He say
Yes.
that came out his mouth.
Come on, bro.
Yes,
Yes, bro.
Hey, boy,
man.
boy,
Hey.
that boy
Hey,
talking
he got
like
the receipts. He got the receipts.
he running circles like Ray
Kanye
J
put-
over here.
Hey, Kanye put Frank on his album and had his own song called Frank's Song, bro.
He
Where is
did.
it at now?
What do you mean? It's on the album. It lives on.
Go back to the
Oh, yeah, I ain't gonna look it up. You lucky.
Which album is it?
the Life of Pablo, OG version.
Okay, but I see what y'all saying with the whole alternative way. Now it make a little bit more sense.
It's just
I
like
do remember
it's
that
just like
song, now that I think
people
about it.
don't want to put him up there because of he's not accessible as Drake
No.
and all these other people that were in their business.
He need more. He need 3 albums.
You don't need
at
it.
least.
It's not
He
about
does
the
have
album.
3 albums.
Because guess
It's
what?
not about his catalog.
You know why he
Endless.
don't need it? Because go look at the numbers of Blonde and their streams, and they're still.
But you said artist. I mean,
Because
album of the
they're so
decade, bro.
good.
Come on, bro.
the album.
I'm
is
looking
so
at this
good.
list right
I mean,
now.
that's his opinion.
My Beautiful
Y'all-
Dark
'cause
Twisted
you listen to
Fantasy,
fast food music.
Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, Take Care, Watch the Throne, Yeezus, 4 for 4, 2014 Forest Hill Drive,
Oh wow.
Lemonade,
Like now,
Acid
now
Rap.
that y'all mentioned this alternative thing. 'Cause I'm a big fan of alternative music. I can kind of see the argument that y'all getting. I just wouldn't give it all.
It's fast food music, and then there's soul food.
Album of the Decade, Sleep,
Definitely, I wouldn't-
Sleep.
I'm not giving it out in a decade.
It's not even close.
But just for being genre.
I'm looking
But
at a
that's
list right
America,
now. I'm
period,
like,
though. Why you think America's so obese?
He's still on the fast
Because
food.
people love.
the fast food
Fast food.
comparison is
I
people
don't
do.
expect people to think that Frank
But this is the
Ocean's
thing.
album is
I feel like
good
you also got to put it into a
because it's
realm that
substance.
makes
Blonde was
People
not a
lack
good album,
substance.
bro.
You got to articulate to put it in a way. Had you have just
Man.
Yeah, I feel
It wasn't
I
a good
mean-
album. I listened to plenty of
I hear
R&B
them.
artists.
all you had to say was he ushered in alternative.
Blonde is
You-
not
if
an
you
R&B
said
album.
2 days ago, 'cause
What
we
is
had
it?
a debate, man, bro. We
Alternative.
retweeted it too. That was the whole room. It was Frank
R&B
versus
album.
Tupac.
Blonde?
Huh? Frank
Two
versus
different
Tupac.
levels, though.
Okay.
All he had to
Are
do
you
was
saying
say,
it's
yo,
alternative?
Yes.
that Frank
R&B?
ushered in alternative R&B. If
No.
you say it like that, bro.
Just
that's
alternative.
all.
Channel
That's
Orange was
what it
alternative
sounds
R&B.
like, that's alternative.
Blonde was a total
can see.
opposite.
And you think somehow it's album of the
I can see,
decade?
like how them two really changed that, especially Weeknd, because Weeknd was the first one to really pop all the way. And who played a hand in that? Can't say
Drake.
Weeknd without Drake.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you put it like that as an alternative R&B person and a person listening to SoundCloud, like caught that wave, L hate people like that. I can see what y'all saying now. But I can't just give it all to Frank. That's all. You know,
Wow.
I definitely can see because I like alternative R&B more than traditional R&B.
So before, okay, because I know you're looking at it from a business. You're looking at it from a business.
Artistic.
Nah, you look.
Who is writing music and songs in a structure like Frank Ocean before he came on the
I
scene?
like people I've been hearing.
You can't name.
But
it,
who?
bro.
But that's what we're talking about when
Okay,
we're talking
how
about
about this?
People
legends.
said a
How about
dream
this?
watch.
I ain't saying none of that. He's a great songwriter though. But how about this? Because y'all just made the whole thing that what made Frank's music stand out was the background music. So we're gonna take away the beats.
The background music.
Gonna keep the words, the poetry, whatever he's put on his tracks. Is his shit still that different?
Yes.
Take away the music out of it.
Yeah,
Bro,
100%.
Give me a
People
Frank bar.
read his lyrics like it's.
Just to give me an example of what you're saying, so I can like kind of get the idea. Give me an example.
Wait, what are you asking?
He said, "Give
Like
him
a Frank,
bar."
a Frank
He
lyric.
wrote his stuff differently. Give me an example. They gotta do it on the moons. Just without the music though, so I can see if I can hear it the way you're saying it, like the difference in how you.
I can.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you got it. I think you
So-
got. I think you got more than me.
He have a song on Endless to where he took the notion of a woman giving birth to a child, and he took that love from the like he spoke about the love from the mother, like being projected as him growing to love a woman that he's dating, and
So he's talking about women that he's dating. But it's a
no,
song.
I'm just saying his mind.
What are the words,
His
Tobacco?
mind-
Yeah, give me the bars.
What was the bar?
Just so I can see like.
You don't know the bar.
I see.
Bro, first of all, you put me on the spot, so I'm like trying. Y'all coming at me like this. I would have to like literally just sit here for 5 seconds and
I see what
think.
you're saying, but I gotta like, what's the bar? Like I want to see like how did he structure this in the song that makes it so different from the way you just described it. I can
So
understand
the
it.
song
I need some
starts
lyrics.
off Saturdays involved, taking our interests. It's a life outside we can't bear. You probably didn't even understand what that means. Look, he like,
I mean, it takes
what did he
two
just
people
say?
to create life, right? That's what he's getting at, right?
I mean, that just sounds like he's about to go on a date.
Well,
somewhere.
give me some of y'all R&B people.
No, you said that they like.
Trey Songz.
I don't
you
listen to Trey Songz.
Come on now.
I don't listen to Trey Songz.
Okay.
Women I've dated have. I don't.
Okay. Look, here's a bar from. I did look it up. I did look up this
we
one.
have to look it up.
I did look
Ain't
this
nothing
one
wrong
up.
with that.
I did look up this one, but the first one that came to my mind was I could be the boyfriend of your wet dreams tonight. It's lewd, okay, but who's writing like that? All right, there's another one. I looked it up.
I feel like I
Very random.
know.
My guy pretty like a girl, and he got fight stories to tell. I see both sides like Chanel. See on both sides like Chanel. That's a double entendre. How many R&B artists are writing?
He's Lil Wayne of R&B.
Hey, matter of fact, y'all sleep on his rapping skills. If we gonna be real,
I just
he
haven't
can
heard
he can
him.
out rap a lot of these artists.
That's cool. He's an artist. We're not saying he's not talented.
Artists should be able to.
Frank Ocean is good, but what we're
All right,
saying,
we're gonna leave it
we
at
just
that.
said album of the,
Right, like-
we just said album of the decade. Like, come on, bro.
Oh, I mean, okay, that's album of the decade. That's Tobacco Rhyme. I mean, that's not
That was
me.
a blog I read, but we don't have to agree
But you
on
said
that.
it like you was confident in it.
I had to pull out some kind of ammunition the way y'all come
I'm
in.
like, oh, is it album of the decade? Come on, bro.
I mean, that's subjective.
He ain't
but
put an album out
Frank is a
in,
creative.
like, come on, man.
He definitely seems to fit in what I view an artist as a person that is just super creative. He seems to fit in the box.
Yeah.
Even if, you know what I'm saying, a little bit gas.
you run my mind, boy.
I don't think he
Forrest Gump.
gas.
Come on now.
He said what?
You run my mind, boy. Forrest Gump. Come on now. Let's get it. Let's
Bro,
go.
I feel like a lot of, bro, a lot
She's
of,
working
a
at
lot
the
of
pyramid
artists
tonight.
do that though. Even R&B artists, they do it, bro.
No, they talking about sex.
They do it.
Straight
No.
up.
I don't do that.
Bro, he talk about sex and relationships just like any other
Yeah, but-
R&B artist, bro.
Okay, but it's a very rudimentary way of doing so. And I'm sorry, the ones that I brought up were, okay, they were sexual, da-da-da, but there's other things like,
He's an R&B artist at the core, I think.
yeah.
And so it's gonna have those elements in
For
it.
sure,
because
for sure.
That's what his genre is. I mean, you can call him alternative, whatever. He's still gonna go back to his core, which is regular R&B,
Yeah.
which is the same shit everybody else is
Of
doing.
course, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I agree.
same stuff. But he's definitely a pioneer. He's one of the pioneers for the alternative.
Thank you. That's all we were saying. That's all we're saying.
He's one of them.
So if you say he's a pioneer, can you
One of
read-
the pioneers.
If he's one of the pioneers, can you say he's a legend?
His fans can.
I guess now that's subjective. Now pioneer, I like that word. I can fully agree with that.
So what is
I
a
like
legend?
R&B.
What is a legend to y'all?
Being a legend is subjective too.
Okay,
Sometimes.
okay, but-
because in Frank's case, it depends on like what you're calling him a legend for.
Okay, remove Frank, remove
legend in
subjectivity.
music, period.
Yeah.
It's-
What is the
I
base?
guess if you create a subgenre, you up there. I'll
That's
give
what
you
I'm
that.
saying. Come on.
But he didn't create it. The weekend was already there.
Well, if you pioneered, so
Wait,
I mean,
Wait,
What?
you think he was?
Nah, I think
Hey man,
Frank was before
Frank
that.
signed Def Jam in 2010, man.
he didn't have no songs, though. He's a writer.
That's another
The
thing.
Weekend's a pioneer. Frank's a pioneer for alternative R&B.
They both
so both of
pioneers.
them legends.
Yes.
Yes.
Nobody said they
So it's
were.
just only them two, or is it somebody we missing this in this?
Alternative,
So,
like-
I'm sure there's something that we don't think of right
somebody
now.
big, because they pioneer. You know, only the people that make it to the top of the water get talked about. Drake.
Ali said
Of course,
Janae.
Drake is a.
Drake is a pioneer,
She said
but you
Janae
gotta
is
think about it.
alternative
Drake,
R&B.
Said
Drake
Janae.
got his got a lot
Yeah, I
of his
agree.
influence from. Well, everybody got their influence. I can't really speak on that, but Drake.
Kanye is a
Drake
pioneer
kinda-
for alternative
kinda-
R&B. Niggas gotta give my niggas, my boys flowers, because 808s and Heartbreaks is the nucleus of all of that shit.
And you know who was part of that album? You know who was part of that album?
Kid Cudi, right?
Yeah.
Yo, no,
So that's
Cudi
another
is-
person.
Y'all listen to Cudi's
That's
album?
the pioneers. Cudi, yeah. And then when they took it and went straight R&B, you know what I'm saying? Not Lil Wayne, but
Lil Wayne.
Bro, you trying to make a stem and a branch. It's not like that. It's just like Frank, Weekend, Drake, Kanye, boom.
Put Drake at the top. He up there, and he's up there because of consistency.
yeah.
He hadn't.
Wait.
let off the
Are
gas.
we saying Drake is actually consistent, or
He's very consistent.
Consistent in quality or consistent in releases?
Both, I think,
Okay.
and that's what makes him a legend. That's what makes him a legend.
Okay. Can we name 3 songs off of the last album?
Ain't
Scorpion.
gonna lie.
Scorpion.
Wait, oh, Scorpion?
Yeah.
That was a
Dark
lot of
Demos.
songs, but they was
Dark
good.
Demos.
I haven't actually listened to Dark Demos, so is that would you consider that an album or is that like
Wait,
another
which one you
playlist?
talking about?
In today's
That's
world,
an album?
it's an album.
Oh,
I
actually,
mean, he
okay.
gonna say it's not, but
Oh, okay.
That's just
I
Because it was all new material, right? Dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel like Frank inspired like the way you approach the creative process?
Definitely. For me, yeah.
Yeah. And to me, it can be a detriment because I'm not on Frank's level, so I can't be waiting 3 years to put
But how
stuff
do you
out.
know you're not on Frank's level?
I guess I don't have the recognition.
Who say that? Oh, so recognition.
It's very subjective. I can definitely say I'm on Frank's level, but I'm never gonna say that.
I think you're on Frank's level.
I don't want
Maybe
to
the world,
disrespect.
like I know the music I heard is pretty different from what I hear other niggas making. I don't. Matter of fact, I've never heard.
I appreciate it.
Like it.
I appreciate it. I'm just gonna be humble and just take my hands off of that. Frank is up here. I'm still down here.
I think you gotta make people feel that way.
Oh, for
As
sure.
a music lover,
100%.
I'm listen to the music.
Yeah.
Out there, get some on my table a couple times. I'm gonna check it out. Like I listen to your music. I feel like it would be, especially if you could get to the top tier. Just like you said, you want to say about Frank. Like he had a couple big songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z and Kanye for sure. But like the Novocaine was a big song at the time.
Yeah, there you go.
On the radio all the time. I feel like that's what anybody like. Just get yourself to that level, and people look at it the same way because it is different. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that's the first person different, but it's all about whoever gets it to the goddamn forefront.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Frank Ocean, man. We gonna start the Frank Ocean fan club.
I'm already starting it. We don't need your hands on it at all.
Hey man,
Unofficial member. Man.
just try to keep it 100 out here,
Hey,
man.
watch out, man.
Out by the
you're right,
decade.
little baby fan club.
Hey,
Little baby heart, though.
is he not a good artist? If I prefer trap music in the morning, like that's me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like
You like
if
what
you
you
listen
like.
to Lil Baby every day, you can't really have an opinion on
But
a
that's
blonde
false.
album that
You're
you don't
taking it
even
as
listen to.
I only listen to Lil Baby throughout my day. I listen
I'm
to
just
all
saying,
type of
though,
music.
like, that's your
Trap
preference.
music is just one music that I listen to throughout my day.
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
Lil Baby's
listen
your
to
preference.
all type of genres. I listen to country music. I listen
But
to
you don't
pop
listen
music.
to, but you ain't never listened to Blonde album to have an opinion on it.
Bro, the
I
Blonde
listen to
album,
Lil
I ain't gonna
Baby, so I
lie.
can
I
have an
listened to it
opinion.
once and I never played it again. That was all I needed.
See, and that's what's crazy.
That was
I
all I
listened to it
needed.
once and I didn't like it.
But
But
no,
after I listened to it more, then it was like, bro,
we're
he's
two different
ahead of his
people.
time.
I'm gonna know if I like something through the first listen. Now,
that's not
if I
true.
think like, oh, I might like
Come
this,
on, man.
I might listen to it again. If I think like, oh
right.
man, maybe I need to listen
Hey,
to
man.
it again.
So you want it done every time?
I
you
don't
hear
force
album.
myself to like stuff. Let me put it that
You
way.
put your A&R application in, you saying that you only hey,
I'm not gonna.
Come
You
on,
can't
nah.
put yours in if you talking about album of the decade, bro.
I
Like,
just said what the
you gotta
blog
go ahead
said.
and back it up.
I
Like,
said
whoa,
what the
whoa, whoa.
blog said.
The
man.
blog said that based off of numbers, most likely. He put that up there.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, that shouldn't even be a question.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the one with See Me Now, right? I know you see me now. Right? That was Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
See me now.
I know you see me now, right now. Oh, that wasn't an album song?
Yeah, it was, I know what you're talking about. It's like the last song on the project. Yeah.
Charlie Wilson and Ye, so we really did that. I ain't gonna do that. But you know what I'm saying? Charlie Wilson and Beyonce, that was a good song.
Yeah.
That was the one I like on the album.
Yeah, Beyonce song background on Pink and White. You know.
She gave Frank the song. Shout out to Pharrell. It is what it is.
Wait, what?
yeah,
Yeah,
like
bro,
that.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? She gave it to Frank. Don't make it like Frank said, hey, sing this, because that ain't happening. And she said, you know what, buddy? Keep it, Frank.
But it was Frank's genius to take it and put it on his
So you
album.
mean
Pharrell's genius.
To put it on Blonde.
I mean, that's just somebody saying, you know what?
If Beyonce's on a song, you're gonna take it.
Checkbox. Oh man.
Shout out to Frank, though. I like Frank, man. We're going Frank Ocean.
Frank cool.
Listening party.
Are y'all, as Frank fans, are y'all anticipating music?
That's a good question.
Because I always wondered that for people
Well,
that
okay,
aren't
if he never
consistently
dropped today,
dropping.
If
Are
he,
y'all content?
I am 100% content with Blonde, Endless, and Channel Orange, and Nostalgic Ultra, and the Lonnie Bruce collection. I am content with all five
We
of those
know
projects.
you like it.
That's
What
a
we're
catalog.
saying is, do you want more?
Of course we want more.
But he says
But if
content.
he don't give us it, I don't care because I'm still listening to Blonde every day.
I hear you,
Not
man.
a day go by I don't listen to him. I'm just saying.
This guy a real fan.
Oh no,
You're a real
it's
fan.
real, bro. Like it's not a day go
No,
by
I
where I
feel
don't
you.
play a Frank song.
Okay,
Well, I ain't gonna
okay.
say it, not a day, but majority of the time I'm playing Frank.
Shout out to Frank, man.
That's cool. What about you? What's your opinion on that?
Um.
Are you, as a fan of music,
Yeah.
and this is an artist that you like a lot, you want him to drop something? Like, he takes his time with a lot of stuff.
And that's what I like about him. I mean, he takes his time. So I'm not eagerly waiting, but if
But
he
see,
drops it, cool. If he
I
doesn't,
think his
cool.
is a little different. Well, his is kind of like Kendrick. He take his time, but he goes away too.
That's
'Cause
fine
he
with me.
delivered something that's timeless.
Like no nothing with it. Like
When you
no,
deliver timeless music, you don't have to come back as fast.
yeah, like just him, just more of him, not just the music, just him. Like, wouldn't you like to see?
No.
Or do you feel
No.
like that would kill his brand?
That would kill its brand.
Well, I'm not saying like do like some of the
Like post a story every day and show us what you're
I
doing.
wouldn't- not like
no,
that, 'cause
I don't care about that.
I don't really I
Yeah.
don't look at artists' pages like that either.
Yeah.
I don't. There's not many artists that I follow to see what they doing.
So we talking about like a Frank Ocean EP once a year at least.
Just him popping up, like, come on, give us a show this year, like something
See,
like
but
that.
but you
I
but
make a lot of money.
He was supposed to perform Coachella, but
Yeah, he was.
you know,
He-
COVID.
that would have been
He didn't want to.
crazy.
Oh, you sure?
COVID.
That would've been-
COVID happened.
Yeah,
He was gonna release the album.
that would have been ridiculous.
How you know?
Come on, man. Fan club. Get the emails.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
just like
I'll
him.
give him like one thing.
But that's part of his brand, though.
The nostalgia goes for like the cover.
You give him the
It was a
cover.
great cover.
That's it.
Never, yeah, I think the cover was good. Like I'm saying, like.
What about the
when I think
album?
of great covers. That was a good cover. Shit.
Yeah.
That car.
Yeah,
It was cool.
the Beamer. Yeah, yeah.
I give him that. I give him that. And then I remember when I first.
He's supposed to be shooting, Zay.
Yep,
Was on.
7. But hey, we about to close it out anyway. Yeah, 7:20. So
Sheesh.
y'all, this is what we need to do, man. Let's
Word.
go ahead and close this out the right way. Let's give the people some advice on protecting their mental, man. Self-Care Sunday. Kunle, we start with you.
Advice, Self-Care Sunday, protecting. How about this? Whenever you feel stressed, instead of running to do whatever pacifies you, write down what's making you stressed, read it over again, and if it's still making you stressed, go address it. But write it down first.
Last song you should back up it.
Wait.
Just keeping people protecting their mental. What's their advice?
Yeah, man, just give them some tips.
I would say I like what you said.
I'm rolling with a lot of it, man.
Yeah, I like what you
Appreciate
said.
y'all. You know, sorry, Frank. Hope nah, I'm fucking with Frank.
Now,
Hey,
tobacco,
Frank, man.
tobacco defended him well.
I'm gonna go run blind tonight. I'm gonna record it.
Peace out.
Listen to
We're
testing
gonna
too.
turn up in the living room, man.
Peace out, everybody.
You're not gonna like
Thank y'all for tuning in.